Good afternoon and welcome to the Go Higher webinar 2.0 series. Guess what? Today is episode what? 8. Episode 8. Can you imagine? This webinar series was actually started from last year. And right now in a 2021, we're in the 8th. We're at the 8th series. That must be an awesome thing. But guess what? Today, as per usual, we are here to give you the scoop on all things scholarships. But we're equally adding to the equation today a little bit about some financial aid. So we know that most of you would have applied to your universities and your colleges. But do you really know what they have to offer? Today, we're going to be having that discussion. And so, of course, for those of you who know or may not know, the webinar is brought to you by the Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission, JTEC for short, right? And this is in partnership with the Youth Innovation Centers. Right? So the JTEC is an agency of the Ministry of Education, and the Youth Innovation Centers, or YICs, is a program that falls under the Youth Division of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. That was a mouthful. But guess what? I am your host today, Ruth Lawrence, and I will be helping you today to get the scoop on how you can get your little scholarship, how you can get your little grant, and more so how you can capitalize on some of the financial support that you can get from your own institution. So in today's feature, we have some really esteemed guests today. They range from the top-notch universities, in Jamaica, and also we do have non-governmental organization that just listen, all the work they do is all about scholarship and getting you in the know about scholarship. Cool. So today we're going to be having representatives from Carreras, from UE, from MCU. Well, no, sorry, let me repeat. I don't know why I'm running ahead of myself. So we're going to be having guests today from Carreras, CMU, NCU, you see, I have one bag you, don't it? One bag you. But anyways, I could continue. UCC, UTEC, Edna Manley, Scholarship Jamaica, and the Scholarship Plug. These discussions, of course, are crafted to really ensure that you get the smoothest transition as it relates to pursuing higher education. And we have started the series. We looked at, financing education, college preparation, money management, career earning. So if you miss those webinars, we want for you to go back to JTEC TV and, watch those webinars. Okay, so you can be brought up to speed. And so without further ado, I want to big up all the people them in a YouTube land. I know that some persons, when I logged on today, I saw persons were on YouTube waiting for us. So all the YouTube massive people, let me hear say yeah. No, we can't hear you, but type it yeah in the chat, right? And so to rep yourself, to rep your school, as the Shamar King say hey, as the Jam Girl say hi. Yes, I love it. But here's what I want for you to do. I know the drill is to type scholarships in the chat, but I'm going to change things up a little bit today. Type the name of your school in the chat. So all the UE massive, big up on yourself. I don't want to be biased today, but we're still got to big up the University of the West Indies, Mona campus. So I want you type Sachel UCC in the building. Big up yourself, Sachel. All right, I see J and family hailings from you. No, so wait there. Oh, the UCC massive are going so strong today. No, sir. Where are the UA people? Where are the NCU people? Oh, Shamar King from Edna Manley, School of the Visual Arts. Yes, let me see. All right, let's see. That's Charlene Menzi from UCC. No, sir. Listen, I don't know, but I feel like UCC has hacked our webinar today. UE. Oh, I see UE. Danzil. Hey, Danzil, big up UE myself. Okay. Anyways, let me behave myself. So to kickstart the discussion today, we will be having three segments in the series. And of course, the first segment we're going to be looking at, where do you look for scholarships? The second one, how do you win a scholarship? And of course, the third and final segment would be, oh, UTEC Massive representing Michaela. And the third segment will be having, what are the financial aids that are available at your institution? And so to kickstart things this morning and well, this afternoon, and the first segment will be know where to look. I know some of you scout out Google, you search Facebook, you search on LinkedIn, but guess what? We're gonna tell you where to look. So to have that discussion right now, I want to bring a gentleman right now to the fore. His name is Mr. Chris Grant. If you have been following Scholarship Jamaica on Instagram, which I know most of you are, you would know this is the man behind Scholarship Jamaica. A hard worker. He gives you the 411 and all of the ones them per scholarship. So Mr. Chris Grant is going to be doing a quick presentation this afternoon in terms of where you can look to get the scholarship. Chris, are you there?
I are.
You are awesome. So Chris, it's over to you to give the people them the scoop, man, so them can get a little scholarship.
Well, thank you guys for having me, and you guys are doing a great job in creating some level, a wider level of awareness for scholarships in Jamaica. So first and foremost, I just want to start by saying Scholarship Jamaica been around since 2010, so 11 years, so it's older than some grade 6 kids, and our objective is to increase the awareness of scholarships for students to study here and abroad. All right, I'm just going to jump to the meat and the matter, and the information we'll be discussing is on our website, scholarshipjamaica.com, and our Instagram page at Scholarship Jamaica. And all the material that I have is available to share with anybody who wants it, if they need it directly to their email address. So the first place you should start searching for scholarship, where we should know by now if I was doing a good job, is start local. Start local meaning your church, the school. Go visit your student law, your guidance counselor from high school. Visit the student financial aid office if you're in university. That's where you start. Start with your employer if you're employed, or ask your parents to ask their employer if they have scholarships available. Additionally, as I recommend with anybody who look scholarship in Jamaica, make sure if you have an account at a credit union or any financial institution, reach out to them, let them know your situation, meaning where you are enrolled and that you're interested in receiving scholarships. It may not be a full tuition award, but you can also get some small one. We call it one poker full basket. So, like for instance, the Betting Gaming and Lotteries Commission, they're offering over 300 scholarships at like 50 grand each, around that. And I'm saying you can get that, then you go get the NCB. But anyway, just start local. Secondly, use the internet, as you said earlier. Everybody is on social media. Sometimes when you put an hour in social media, after that hour, take 15 minutes and you follow the major scholarship donors such as NCB, such as Jamaica Energy Partners, Betting Gaming Lotteries Commission, Burger King. You follow these people and you will see whenever they have scholarships available and they post it. And of course, just a quick bite, you follow Scholarship Jamaica and you see every living anything, as you said earlier, the one-on-one and scholarship. For today, we publish all, if not most of the scholarship that are expired today. Unfortunately, this is happening today and January 30th, and there's so much scholarship that are inspiring today. For instance, if you give me a sec, I will tell you, like the Grace Scholarship Fund. Most of their scholarship expired today, and one of which is a full UTEC scholarship. So big up every UTEC student in the live. A full UTEC scholarship for all years of study, for any field of study. You only need to follow Grace Fund, apply. You can apply today because all I need is really for you to complete the application form and write an essay. So it's still enough time. We're talking about Sagicor Foundation. All their scholarships are closed today. We're talking about the Ministry of Education, the JAMVAT program, where they give you up to 30% of your tuition. That will be closing today unless they extend it soon. The Ray and Nephew scholarship, that's closing soon, which is July 7th. So that's just an example of what those that are closing today. All right. Secondly, you want to start with your church, which is still in local. You're going to a church, for instance, we have the Jamaica Baptist Union. They have a scholarship earlier. Ask your pastor, your deacon in the church, hey, do you guys have awards for students who are enrolled in school? Want to start, we talk about business. Stop at the small businesses in your community, the wholesaler. Make them know, say, hey, you're a student. Tell them the school you're attending and you're looking to see if they have any awards. In return, you'll be able to volunteer sometime. Just for an example, you want to talk to the places you volunteer. So if you volunteer with, say, for instance, a law firm, you just let them know that, hey, you're enrolled in school and you're interested to see if there are any awards that they'll be able to offer. Thanks. They just show up. Big up Scholarship Jamaica. There is our website and you find all this information there. Secondly, and one of the most important way to find scholarship is to speak to other students. Speak to students that you know who have won scholarships before. They will let you know that, hey, how did you find it? Where did you look? These are some of the reasons why we try to interview previous scholarship winners so that they can tell you where to go. Of course, go on the school's website. So most local universities in Jamaica start publishing their scholarships on their website. And that's a very good look. And don't forget the Member of Parliament. Remember to stop at the Member of Parliament office and ask them, tell them, say, yo, you want a piece of the constituency fund to go towards your education. Recently, I think Minister Anthony Hilton, he's offering scholarship for students in his community. There's an MP in Ocheria, in St. Anne, they're offering scholarship for students in their community. So those are some of the great ways to find scholarship. I just want to also add that there are certain scholarships in Jamaica that most persons don't apply to. And these, I'm just going to give you some that you need to follow them. Go on your website, put a bookmark so that every year you apply or you visit their website and you drop them an email or a phone call and you find out, are you guys offering scholarship this year? When will you be offering it? For example, Jamaica Flour Mills. They are a major source of scholarships in Jamaica. They don't offer every year, but we suggest that you reach out to them and you find out, are you offering scholarship this year? Another easy money scholarship that I would say that most persons would get if they just apply is through the Universal Service Fund, and that is at USF Jamaica. You see them on Instagram now. They're the big ones trying to expand internet accessibility, especially during COVID. They also have scholarship. They offer scholarships through a STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. Those type of scholarships, you want to go through them. You want to find out about the PATH scholarship program or grant program, which is offered through the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. So if you notice, these are the ministries. So the ministry governments, they offer scholarship. One of the major scholarship providers as a ministry of government is the Ministry of Finance, their scholarship and finance and assistant unit. Most those scholarships though are for students who are studying abroad. So I get a lot of questions about the Cuba Jamaica bilateral scholarship program. The Ministry of Finance is the one who administers that. Where if you're doing dentistry or you're doing other fields of medicine, you are able, nursing, you are able to complete your studies in Cuba free of cost. The only thing you need to do is sign a bond. They give you a bonding agreement that you bond for a certain time to work within Jamaica. And that's easy money. So the Ministry of Finance, for all my students who want to matriculate to a university overseas, whether throughout the Caribbean and UK, US and Europe, Brazil, Mexico, China, Russia, the Ministry of Finance Scholarship and Assistant Unit is your best friend. Your credit unions, I said this before, if you're in Jamaica and you're a student, you must have a credit union account. I personally don't get paid for say this, and I say it every day on our website or in our Instagram live. If you're a Jamaican student, you need to have a credit union account because all credit unions in Jamaica offer scholarships to persons who have accounts. They offer scholarship to account holders and to children of account holders. Another one is your employer. Most employers may not offer scholarships, but they offer this thing that I refer to. There is no official name for it. It's like a reimbursement education fund. So when I used to work at COK back in the 2005 era, they offer scholarships if you're attending university covering a course within the field that you work. So if you're in accounts, you're doing finance at UA, UTEC, UCC, NCU, big up all the universities in your house, you can apply for a student loan. They give you the loan interest free. Some places might offer interest. If you complete your studies, like every semester you complete your studies, you give them your transcript, you show them that you pass, then give back the money. So they reimburse you back the money. So a lot of persons who are employed to credit unions or other local companies, they are able to get loans to cover their tuition, and when they complete the semester or they complete the year of study with a pass grade or a set GPA result, you get back the money. So that's like debt free. And one of our objective is not just to build an awareness to scholarship, but also try to create a society where we have university graduates that are debt free, no tuition. Secondly, if you later on we're going to talk about student loan, but if you apply for student loan from the Student Loan Bureau, they have a thing they call, if you're a student loan recipient, they have a thing that's referred to as a grant in aid. Meaning, if you get some money to borrow from SLB, you can apply for a grant in aid where you get some money, which is a grant. They give you the money and you use it to cover certain expenses for your school. So even if you borrow a loan, you still can get some grant. So those are some of the main, or as I would say, under-subscribed scholarship opportunities. I would say before Ruth and take this over again, is to just get a copy of the Gleaners Scholarship to Go. It's on the Gleaners website. You go on the website, the front page on the right side, you see, you click on it and you scroll through it. There are so many scholarships in that little book that I would say it's comparable to my website. You go on there, you just look through the small one, the big ones, and you apply. And everybody in the live, I'm telling you guys, you have to also go on the NCB Foundation website or NCB Scholarships website. They have so much scholarships this year, albeit it's geared towards science and technology, but it kind of helps those persons who are indecisive about what they want to study. Those are some scholarships. 900,000 for 3 years, meaning 300,000 a year towards your tuition. Make sure you jump on that. The J. Ray and Nephew Foundation or JWN Corporate, jump on that. Their scholarship expires July 7th. You want to apply, they're offering so much money, and this year it's easier to apply. It's online, you download the form, fill it out, and you just submit it. And don't forget the Grace Kennedy or at Grace Kennedy Group. Their scholarship expired July 15th, and earlier you saw our Instagram page where we post all the Grace Kennedy scholarships that are open today. And of course, the first Heritage Cooperative Credit Union, their scholarships are out. Educom scholarships are out. And there's one little thing about Educom scholarship is that all students who are in Jamaica can have an account with Educom. And when you have an account, you can apply for these scholarships. So these scholarships are open to all field of study, all year of study. So this is just, we classify this as a general scholarship, and you want to jump on this and run with it. These are some of the biggest scholarship opportunities that you guys have right now that you need to jump on. And of course, you have Burger King, which they have open scholarships. They have scholarship for students in Clarendon specifically, but most of it is for any one of them customers. So we call these open scholarships. You already buy the burger, so jump on your website and apply for your scholarships. Before we end, Jamaica Energy Partners, at Jamaica Energy Partners, and all these information is available on the Instagram page and also on our website. Their scholarship expires July 30th, so you still have 30 days to go or more. You need to apply. These are for students in like Port Royal, certain places in St. Catherine. They call them Region 1 and 6. If you live within the scope of the power line, the power company, you see that out of Windward Road. If you live in those areas, anywhere, certain place in Clarendon, you are qualified for these scholarships. These scholarships are open to different years of study and different field of study. So these are general. So all my College of Hard Science and Education over there in Portland, Demiafono, my Clarendon College, all my community college, all my vocational institutional students, not leaving out the regular U, UTEC, UCC, NCU, all those guys. These scholarships are for you. So Ruth Ann, unless you want me to give some more, you just give me the go ahead. But I have all the scoops, and these are just some of the main opportunities you guys should jump on. And before I leave, also make sure you guys start applying today. If you haven't started applying yet, apply now. All right, apply for as much scholarship as you can, starting with the small one to the big one, because as I said earlier, one cocoa full basket. You want a betting game and latches commission 50, 60 grand. You want a Sagicor 25 grand. All of those add up. Okay. You also want to employ a culture of volunteerism. This is something I want to talk about. This, you might think it has nothing to do with scholarships, but nearly every scholarship requires that you have proof of volunteerism, or you commit to volunteer at least 72 hours per year as a recipient. For the NCB scholarships this year, all the categories, they're saying, listen, you have to volunteer up to at least 72 hours if you're going to be a scholarship recipient. So I say to you, you want to start now, if you haven't started, to create a culture of volunteerism, where you volunteer in school programs, church program, community group. You volunteer at the library, you volunteer at a nursing home, a boys home, a girl home. You volunteer at the hospital, especially in Jamaica right now. I know with COVID it's difficult to volunteer at the hospital, but with such, we need help in healthcare. So you volunteer there. You volunteer at your organization. When I used to be at COK, I would volunteer for everything. I volunteer for sporting events. I volunteer to clean the road. Those are stuff you need to volunteer for, and you create a culture, and so that when you apply for these scholarships, you don't have to worry where you're going to get proof of volunteerism. You contact the person who's in charge of the program, and you just ask them to write a letter indicating that you have been a part of the organization. Right now, we need so much help in cleaning up the beaches. So you volunteer with Environmental Protection Organization, guys. So volunteer. That's one of my biggest recommendation, I would say, because that's one of the major requirements for most, if not all, scholarships, is to volunteer and also keep volunteering. You need to start your search local, as I said earlier. School, church, employer, your MP, your member of your business and community. Start with your club. More some people come volunteer with Scholarship Jamaica, so we can get some students who need essay assistance, help them to write the essay, help them to complete the application form. So we need some volunteer. I'm sure JTEC needs some volunteer. I'm sure Carreras and the other presenters will be coming on need some volunteers in helping to spread the word of scholarships in Jamaica. Finally, you need to seek help. If you want to compose a winning essay, do the groundwork, but get somebody to review it for you. Maybe a teacher, your parent, a friend, or somebody you know as a good writer. Review your essay before you submit it. If you're not sure, seek help in reviewing your application form so that you can submit a complete application form. There's too many times where in my wife and I, we have a non-for-profit foundation, Next Move Jamaica International, where we receive scholarship applications that are incomplete, where I personally have to reach out to the applicants and literally assist them in completing the application process. Most most sponsors are not as patient as that. So get on it, guys. And those are some diamonds that we're going to drop today. Thank you, Ruth.
Listen, I told you guys, that Chris has the scoop, and you heard it just now. What I really appreciated that you said earlier, Chris, is that you don't just want to only create an awareness, but you actually want persons to become recipients. So when they complete their education, they are absolutely debt free. And you gave us some pointers in terms of where to look. So, for example, the scholarship on the go section on the Jamaica Gleaners website that has a total listing basically of all the scholarships available. That's one to note. You spoke extensively about the importance of volunteering and doing your local searches, ensuring that you seek help in terms of doing your application or even where to look. So thank you so much, Chris. Can you, before you go, Chris, I'm gonna ask you just to give them your handle on Instagram, and then I have a question for you before you go.
Sure. So Scholarship Jamaica is at Scholarship Jamaica. Simple as put. I personally am at Chris.nmj. But everything that I have, you find it on Scholarship Jamaica. So get over there and follow it for a purpose.
All right, awesome. Before you go, Chris, I have a question for you. Someone is asking if you know of any scholarship that is available through the VTDI here in Jamaica.
Well, that's one of the easiest questions I would get today. Yes, the VTDI, they have scholarships or tuition discounts nearly for all the programs. We posted something recently where they're literally begging people to come sign up. They have free courses, but other courses earlier on, whenever we post and I mention anything about general scholarship, the term general scholarship means it's open to all registered local institution, all faculties, all year of study. For instance, Betting Game and Lotteries Commission, the Jamaica Energy Partners, those are for you. Burger King, one category for you. NCB scholarships, that one for you. Another big one which most people didn't apply for is the Jerry and Nephew scholarship. That one is also general. And of course, if you're in a credit union, Floyd, Palin, the credit union scholarships are usually open to all local institutions.
Okay. I thank you for that, Chris. I just saw an urgent question coming just now for you. This person is saying, I feel like I'm not needy enough to get a scholarship. For example, I want to apply for the Grace Fund scholarship, but I don't have any current hardship.
I'm
I
sorry.
think the hardship is the fact that listen, you have to ask for the scholarship in the first place.
I guess this person doesn't live in Jamaica. If you live
Oh
in
my
Jamaica,
God.
hardship comes hands down. All right. So the major issue with this is person may not understand what they mean by proof of financial need.
Yes.
Proof of financial need is literally it flows. There's no set standard. The recommended standard that we have been adopting is when you ask somebody for a recommendation or a letter of reference, let the reference or recommendation speak to your character, the history they have with you, such as how long they know you and stuff. And also in speaking about how long they know you, mention that they're aware that you have financial issues or financial struggles, or you have it hard in covering your tuition. Terminologies like that. Some companies or donors go as far as to say you send them a copy of your tuition we call it invoice or receipt.
Yeah.
And if you're not shy, you send them a copy of your account statement. Unfortunately, in Jamaica, you have to pay to get an account statement, which is ridiculous. So I say if you go online, you just print out or do a screenshot of your account. Those three things combined are more proof to me that you are in needy enough. And all students are needy enough for financial aid.
Yes.
Now the problem is, just to close, is that most persons who are the major winners of scholarships in Jamaica are not the neediest of the lot, because the neediest of the lot beat themselves to say, I cannot prove that I need the money. The whole I will need the money. So just make sure that your reference letter indicate that, hey, I am aware that Ruth struggles financially to cover the cost of her tuition. That's just a small example. And a matter of fact, we'll be posting this weekend a sample reference letter that you can present to the person writing the reference or the person making a recommendation, because you're really giving them to say, hey, this is how you can write it, because you're not telling them what to write. They're not going to sign to it if they don't agree. But most persons who give a reference letter or give a recommendation letter lack the full understanding of what a scholarship recommendation / reference letter entails versus a regular job or visa reference letter.
Yes. Chris, I really want to thank you for that. So, guys, Chris just made mention that he's going to be posting this weekend a sample reference letter, correct, Chris?
Yes,
On the web, on the Scholarship Jamaica
and on our
website.
social
So,
media pages.
and on the listen, Chris, I think right now you're such a blessing to Jamaican young people and even and all over wherever they are, because back in my day there was not a Scholarship Jamaica. And now that there is, we really want to thank you for the work that you have put in. I know it's because of the passion that you have, and it must be commended. So, Chris, thank you so much for stopping by this afternoon. And we will definitely be in touch with you for future webinars to share the information with the young people. So, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Blessings. And so you heard it from the man himself, Chris from Scholarship Jamaica. And, you know, he gave us some really good insight in terms of where to look, right? And what are the scholarships that are available. We're going to jump real quick right now to Miss Sekewe Carruthers, and she's from the JTEC, who's going to be telling us a little bit about the JTEC scholarship database. So let's see if Sekewi is there. I pray remember of pronouncing your name, darling. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, that's fine. Am I live now?
Yes, you are, my dear. Yes,
Okay.
you are.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Ruth. I'll be quick. Thanks, everyone, for joining. I will just be introducing the JTEC scholarship database. I'll quickly, please. Are we seeing the screen here? I can't hear. I hope. Well, hold on a minute. Do you see the screen? I'm not hearing anything. I'll go ahead. Okay. I'll go ahead. Here we try to make the search for scholarships more easy for students, because it can be a daunting experience to sift through all the information. So we have developed this website. The link is, you can see up here, at airtable.com. We could probably paste it in the chat. One of the production team members could paste the link in the chat for your benefit. We have a tab for Jamaican scholarships. By this, we mean scholarships that are for programs that are to be studied here in country. A tab for global scholarships, that is indication and information about scholarships for other countries in the world, including Europe, all across the globe. A tab for bursaries, grants, loans, and we do know that there is a special interest in Jamaica for study in the USA, and so we've given opportunities in the USA its own tab, which you can avail yourself of. So let me just spend a little time quickly going through. So the first column is the name of the scholarship, and we provide information on the area of study, notes on eligibility. Now, a quick note, this is, as you can see, a table. All the information concerning scholarships cannot hold in this, but we do provide links to all the scholarships for you to go and get further information. I strongly advise that in completing the scholarship, in completing the application form, you go to these websites, you peruse all details available on the specific scholarship website. The objective of this page is to make you aware of where to go and look for more information. We try to another small note. Here we have the deadline column. We make every effort to update this website for the to have dates for the current academic year on. But don't be daunted if you see or put off if you come on and see an old date. It's probably just didn't get around to updating that yet. Still, click on the link for that scholarship if you are interested in it, and you are likely to see if the scholarship is still available, if it's a recurring scholarship, the updated information on the specific scholarships website. So I'm told that I don't have a lot of time, so I won't. All the other tabs provide the same information about the scholarships, the area of study, the eligibility information, and amount being awarded. For the educational loans, we give the interest rates as well. So this tab is a little different, and you can get insight into the interest rates for the varying loans at the different institutions and for the number of years that you get to repay the loan. Type of loan here, whether it's you can take it to study undergraduate studies, that would be a Bachelor of Science, or for graduate studies, which would be a Master of Science, and an introduction to the documents required to be submitted. And again, just like the scholarship links, we provide a link, a direct link to the organization providing the loan for you to get more information. Thank you. Yes, so I went quickly, but if there is time and a need, I'm here to answer any questions. I was not able to see the conversation in it, so I'm sorry if persons were not able to see. Ruth, were persons eventually able to see?
Yeah, man, we were able to see everything
Okay.
clearly.
In my share screen, I couldn't see the conversation.
Oh, we could.
So I'm just seeing that. Okay, great.
Okay. What I wanted to ask though, Sakewe, before you go, so I know that the JTEC scholarship database is one of the big things right now. It's a one-stop shop basically for whether it be your finding out the scholarships or even the tuition costs. Now, how can persons get in touch with the JTEC? Because that is very important.
Well, I didn't expect to get that information, but let me get JTEX to get that question. And forgive me, I don't know my office number by heart because I just dial it in my phone. But
we understand.
It's in my phone.
But no worries. So we know that JTEC is on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're even, as a matter of fact.
Well, let me give you the number. I have it here.
Sure, go ahead.
977-5115.
And you know you have to add the 876, right, guys?
Yes. 977-5115. I just have literally never dialed those digits. I just
It's when you're good like that, you're good like that. You know, you don't even have to memorize it, right? But Seki, we really want to thank you for your time in sharing with us today. We definitely know that the JTEC scholarship database and even the tuition database as well has really helped a lot of young persons right now to garner and to gather that kind of information. So we really want to thank you for taking the time. Is there any parting words that you'll probably want to share with a young person just to encourage them?
Sure. We know that it seems like a long road at this stage, but hang in there. And, you know, a bit of advice that an elder at the time told me that, you know, don't worry about those long roads or how much time anything takes, because time will pass no matter what you do. You will spend time. Once you're alive, you're going to spend time unless you die. So it's just up to you how you spend that time.
Wow.
So just get down to it and start gathering all those 20 documents that they say you have to submit with it. You will get to the 20th one. Start filling out the 15 pages. You'll get to the 15th page and spend that time that you will spend anyway.
Yes. I love that. I absolutely love that because I know some people right now in SK with them dread the little essay, what they need to write, for the
Myself
scholarship.
included. It's the
You know,
truth.
and we know how it feels, but as I love how you put it a while ago, that just spend the time to do what is right. So at the end of the day, you can reap the real benefits, the good
Yeah.
benefits that will even afford you the scholarship in the long run. So thank you so much, Sekewe, for stopping by and giving us a scoop again on the scholarship database.
Ruth, I'll try and share the link in the
Oh,
chat.
Matthew, I think, Matthew, the head cook and the bottle washer in the background. Matthew
Indeed, indeed.
ensured that the link was shared in the
Great,
YouTube chat. So you're good to go. We got you covered.
great,
All
great.
right. Thank you so much, Sekewe.
Bye, everyone.
All
Thanks
right.
for joining us.
Awesome. So we want to thank, Sekewe for passing through and just sharing the information regarding the scholarship database. Right now, we're in segment 2. We're in the win it part right now, so I see everybody kind of rubbing their hands right now together. But before we even go to the win it section, if you have not shared this link, I need for you to jump off for just a second, share the link, be it in your WhatsApp status, on your Facebook, on your Twitter. Don't be selfish, guys. Share the link. The last time you guys came out very strong. This time we want for you to do the same because many persons actually benefited. So share the link so persons know what is actually going on right now. All right. So we're going to jump right now to the win it section. And this is how you can win your scholarship. We have Miss Sheldy Cassius, and she is from the scholarship plug. So right now, Sheldy is going to be connecting you, plugging you into how it is that you can actually win or get or become a recipient of a scholarship. Sheldy, it's over to you.
Hey, Ruth, how are you?
Lord of mercy, I am good. I like the energy wave right now.
Oh yeah, I'm feeding off of you.
Yeah.
I'm feeding off of you. How are you? How
I'm
is
good.
everybody? Thank you for having me. I want to give a shout out to the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, JTEC, and there's somebody else on
The
that.
Youth Innovation Centers, man.
Youth Innovation Center. We got to give a shout out to you guys. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening in. I am coming to you from the United States of America, specifically in South Florida. And, now you can say you have a plug from South Florida, but I'll let you go ahead and talk. Sorry.
I love it. I love it. I love the excitement. So, Shelly, you have the floor. It's over to you to give us a scoop.
Okay, so everybody, I'm so happy to have your attention, but I'm bringing you the serious aspect to this process because it really starts with your mindset. Okay, one of the things, actually, let me give you a background on who I am and what my company is. I am Miss Shedley Cassius Parther, and I am the founder, producer, and author of the Scholarship Plug. Some of you are following me on Instagram, Scholarship Money for Students, and that's what we do. We provide scholarship opportunities. Shout out to Chris with Scholarship Jamaica. I feel like we're partners in crime, and we haven't even met. So we do the same thing. There's so many opportunities out here for you guys, for students across the globe to financially fund your education. I want no one on this line to ever have that limited belief. I don't know what you've heard before today, but anything going forward, you better know and not let anyone tell you that you can't go to college, okay? We can go to college and we will go to college, but preparation is key. Preparation is key. So what I'm asked to talk about, some of the discussion points that I'm going to go over is related to, hold on, I have my notes, the misconceptions of hunting for scholarships, okay? We're going to talk about mistakes and errors that may come along, but now we're going to talk about them so that you can avoid them. And then we're going to talk about strategies on how to win and be serious about this process. My students know that once we get going, we're not stopping, okay? We don't stop. So The word scholarships, let's talk about some misconceptions. The word scholarships is thrown around like it's water, like it's accessible, like it's nothing. But I'm here to tell you that it's easier said than done, okay? It's easier said than done. It takes planning. It takes preparation. It's easy to access, but it's not. It's not. We see the scholarships there, but there's a process, okay? That's the first misconception. It looks like a straight line, but it's really a process to get there and to win, okay? Another misconception is not all scholarships are created equal. You think that you have one application and it could be the same for all of the others. It's not. They're not all created equal. Just like I say, everyone deserves to go to college. There's a college for everyone. That doesn't mean that this college is for everyone in your circle. So just like a scholarship, just because it says this and it has these certain requirements, that doesn't mean everyone's going to be eligible for it. But there is a scholarship that's eligible for you. You are special enough to meet the requirements of some type of scholarship. There's so many. One of the things that I do is I help businesses construct and administer their scholarships. I spoke to Joan Wrightgood today. Shout out to Joan Wrightgood. She is my publisher. She wants to do a scholarship. She's opening it up to USA, to students in the US and international and in the Caribbean. So look out for that $1,000 scholarships, but the requirements are going to be different. Not all scholarships are the same, but there is a scholarship that fits that you're eligible for. Okay, so that's the misconception. Another one. Okay. Scholarship hunting starts in the primary school. We don't start looking for scholarships when we're ready to graduate. No, we plan and we strategize from primary school. The scholarships are out there. They list the requirements. So if you are in 6th grade right now, if you're we even have scholarships for those that are in kindergarten. Okay. So you have to start early. Your mindset. Yes, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to apply for scholarships, but do you know how much money you need? Just as well as you know the school that you want to apply to or you want to attend, I need you to know how much it costs to go to that school. Because if you're looking for scholarships, we need to know how much money we need. Okay, so if your school, let's say University of Miami here, or whatever school, let's say it's $50,000 a year. That number doesn't scare me and it shouldn't scare you. The only way it could be scary is if you wait to the last minute and now you're scrambling for money to pay. But if you plan early, we can make it work. Okay, so some of the misconceptions that are out there are what I just talked about. Okay, let's talk about some mistakes. Right, Ruth, you still there with me, right? I'm good. Everybody,
I'm here. I'm saying amen in the background.
Okay, amen. Jesus always put the Lord in the. Hey,
yes.
Let me go. Don't let me start preaching in here. Okay, listen. 5 mistakes that I'm going to touch on. I can talk about much more, but let's go with top 5. Matthew, I'm sticking to the script. All right. Mistake number one. You can't expect success. You can't expect it. You prepare for success. Okay, my theme, as you can see, is preparing. My book is called 5 Easy Steps to Prepare for Scholarships. Okay, how to apply for scholarships in 5 easy steps. You can't expect success to just happen. You have to plan and prepare for success. That's the first mistake. A lot of the students that I meet, I want to do this. I want to do this. How are you doing it? What steps have you put in place Chris mentioned volunteer. How do you know you want to be a doctor? How do you know that? What have you experienced? So when you're applying for the scholarships dealing with medical in the medical field, what are you telling the reader that you've experienced to truly lead them to believe that you want to actually do this? Words, talk is cheap. And what you put in writing is also cheap unless you have something to back it with. Okay? So let's be clear. You cannot expect success without preparing for it. It doesn't work. So prepare for your success, and you deserve to be successful. All right, that's mistake number one. Number two, I hear a lot of my colleagues say, create a generic essay. Okay, I get it. I used to say the same thing. But what I'm noticing is you're using the same essay for all the different scholarships. But remember, back to my first misconception, not all scholarships are created equal. So that essay better fit the description and the prompt that's being given. For example, there's a scholarship that's due today. Courage to Grow. It's like a monthly scholarship that's been around for years. Courage to Grow. You would think the essay has to do with having courage to grow, overcoming obstacles. But the title is, in 250 words or less, why do you deserve the scholarship? Do you know how many submissions they get where the student describes their courage to grow? That's not the prompt. I don't know, Chris. You can check in with me too. Put it in the chat. What's your experience with that? I get it all the time. Watch what you're submitting. I understand a strong personal essay. I understand a strong general essay. However, make sure that essay has direct relation to the application. Okay? And know a little bit about the organization that's offering the scholarship. It helps. It helps to know a little bit about the organization so that you can include what they're about in your essay. It helps. Even if you don't care, you better pretend like you care or that you've done some research, because guess what? Some scholarship programs right now will go a step further and interview you. Okay? A lot of them are doing that because they need a way to narrow down who their perfect candidate is. Okay? So I hope everybody can hear me clearly. Now, another mistake. When you identify your college, don't overlook the fact that they offer scholarships. Okay? And that's something I'm going to gear towards the parents, because if you know that you cannot afford your college, there are colleges that are available. No, let me take that back. There are colleges that make it their priority for any admitted students to meet their full need. Let me repeat that. There are colleges and universities that make it their priority to make sure every admitted student gets their needs met. That's tuition, transportation, fees, housing. That's how you do it. You find a program that will pay your cost to attend your college. But again, you can't expect that to just happen. It takes planning. If you're a parent on this line and you have children that has potential, and that I'm going to take that back, because all students have potential. All students, every student should have that opportunity, but we have to step up and get them prepared. Okay? So identify the college. Every college has an endowment program. Every college has some form of source of where they're getting money to offer scholarship. identify it, and those are the metrics you stay within your house. We have a scholarship here in Florida where they lay out the requirements. It's beyond me that a student won't qualify because they tell you what the requirements are. So you cannot get that new phone or the new shoes or whatever you want to do if your requirements have dropped below that. Okay? So it's about knowing what's out there, what the requirements are, and how to prepare for those requirements before you get to the last year of high school. We don't start planning in high school. It's too late to do it right. Okay? To do this right. And the way my mind, I'm thinking, I want everything paid for. Imagine getting paid to go to school. That's what the scholarship plug helps you do. Position yourself to get paid to go to school because you deserve it, especially if you work hard for it. All right. I know I'm running out of time. Let's go. Don't overlook the scholarships that your college has to offer. Okay, now let's talk about targets. It is a misconception. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to put it in two. It's a mistake, a misconception, and it's the same word. It's an error to think that you're going to just apply for one and reach the success level that I'm talking about. I'm talking about 100 scholarships should be on your radar, not just one. The scholarship plug has the 100 scholarship challenge. Those of you who follow me see that challenge. We get submissions every day. That's how you're supposed to do it. You're not going to just do one, do two. We talked about reaching out to businesses. Are you going to just reach out to one or two? My challenge to you is to reach out to 100 scholarships. We are in the virtual world where companies everywhere, you have access to everyone. Reach out. You're not just doing one. We need 100 opportunities at best. Okay? So Ruth is back. That means my time is cutting off. One more minute.
Not really. Go ahead. You're almost there.
I'll make it worth it. Okay. So that's a mistake. Okay. Let's talk about the top strategies on how to win this thing. Okay. First is mindset. We're not just doing one. We are planning for more than one. I'll be okay. We'll be friends if you do 50, but we're best friends if you do 100. Okay. All right. You have to plan. Remember, we need documents in order. We don't have time for like Chris. Chris mentioned, what was that? The Ray and nephew that's due soon, July 7th. You have 7 days. I don't even count the 7th day. So do you have all your stuff in order? We don't have time to go asking people for letters of recommendation. Those should be ready already. That's what you're doing in high school. We're not planning to whatever the last year. We're starting. Anytime somebody gives you a compliment, you say, thank you. Can I have that in writing? I need 5 letters. 1 from a teacher, 2 from teachers, 1 from a school counselor, 1 from a community leader, and 1 from an employer. Even if you're not officially employed, anybody that you did work for and gave you money, I need a letter from them, okay? So we need letters of recommendations. Volunteer documentation, that is a big deal. That essay is another component that needs to be done in advance. We don't do it last minute. That's how you spend your high school career, by preparing with these documents. We need parental income. One of the students mentioned they don't have hardship. I get what you're talking about, because if you're asked a question, what challenges have you overcome? Your parents have done a great job putting you in an environment where you don't feel like you have need. God bless you. But everybody has a need. You just express the need. How do I overcome this? Okay. That is hard to answer, but that's how you plan. You need to start thinking about it. Even if you're taking a shower, you're walking down the street, I need you to think about it and ask for help. Okay, there's people in place. Last point, and I have much more to say. Okay, but we're gonna cut it short because Ruth, I feel you. Okay. When you're applying to a scholarship, courtesy and professionalism is a big deal. So if you have a target on a scholarship program, reach out to them. Hey, my name is Shedley Cassius Parnther. It is an honor for me to apply to your scholarship. I want to let you know that I'll be submitting my application. You email, you call. Then you submit your application and you follow up. Hi, again, I just wanted to let you know, thank you for the opportunity to apply. I submitted my application on June 30th at about 3 o'clock. I want to make sure that you receive my application. Not only are you branding yourself as a professional, not only are you coming across as over and beyond, you're going above and beyond the average student, but you are leaving name dropping. My name, always say my name, because it's not about who you know. It doesn't matter who you know, but do they know you? Okay. Oh, Shedley called today. Did Shedley call you today? Yeah, Shedley called. We talk, you know. We know each other, you know. Shedley called me too. Okay. Come on, let's strategize. This is business. Don't make it personal. I hear a lot of them. I didn't get a scholarship. I didn't get this. I don't care. Don't leave the emotions out of this. This is business, and this is a business of education. Your business is to get your education. So leave the emotional aspect in the essay. I want the emotions in the essay, not while we're doing business. Keep it business, keep focus, and make it happen. All right. So I have more to say, but let's leave it there. If anybody has not followed me yet, follow me on Scholarship Money for Students. It's a pleasure for me to be here today, and I wish everyone a successful educational career. So thank you.
Shedley, you're not leaving just yet. We do have a few questions for you, but let me tell you, so much insight just now. How you spoke about making your submission specific. For example, the recommendation, your essay, making it specific and not just this general broad-based thing that you submit, because persons are looking out for detail that you took the time to actually, create your submission. One of the other things I love is the mindset. You made a very pertinent point earlier that there's a scholarship for everybody. But the question I want to ask you though is, Shedley, we get that there's a scholarship for everybody, but what about that person, let's say for example, who might not have done so well, be it in high school or even at the university level, who would probably want to, let's say, do a master's, quote unquote, or for the person who might not have done so well at the secondary level but want to pursue their bachelor's? What would be your recommendation? Are there scholarships for persons like that who might not be, as
perfect
as they would say?
Question, beautiful question, because that is the majority. Not everybody is in the top 5% of their class. Mm-hmm. However, it's all about how you deliver your application. It's all about how you submit. So I'm a school counselor by trade. I've been doing this for 15 years. Why I say everybody can get an opportunity, because I've seen students that barely graduate become successful when the minute they step foot on college. You never know where a student is coming from and why they didn't do as well as they did. But now it's your job to vouch for yourself. Always add, you know what a cover letter is, right? You guys know what cover letters is on top of a resume. It's an insight of your resume. Give people an insight of what to expect. They will take whatever you give them. So if you give them mediocrity, they will review mediocrity. If you are reviewing mediocrity, if you're leaving it to their assumption,
Right.
they're gonna assume that you just didn't do your best. But if you attach a memo, an email, or whatever, let them know, look, I now realize the importance of my education. When I was in high school, I did nothing but play around. Everybody was telling me that I have to stay focused. I have to stay focused. But it was not until I got into an accident and I saw my life flash before my eyes. And the person that saved me is the one that's educated. He was a doctor and said that I'm going to make it, is where I understood. And I realized, aside from God, why an education is so important. I don't know. I just made that up. You know what I mean? Like, tell your story. It's yours. Right. And if they say no, as a matter of fact, students I work with, I expect no's. Mm-hmm. I want you to get no's before you get yeses, so that you can build
appreciate the process.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Expect a no, but you keep going until eventually. How many times are you going to say, when you're out there asking your parents for something, if you keep asking, after a while, depending on the parent, after a while, it's going to happen. There's only so many no's people can tell you.
That's so true.
Okay, so keep going. Tell and sell your story. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's how you overcome. That's how you win. And it's never too late. If you can hear me today and you missed the deadline, it's never too late. There's scholarships at every level. So don't think I missed that opportunity. For every setback, for every deadline that passed, there's a setup, there's another opportunity ahead of you. Okay? So don't think it's ever too late.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. Before I have you run off, Shedley,
sure.
I want to ask you the final question. The competition right now, I don't know if you've seen it, but it has drastically increased right now because so many persons are searching for scholarship or grant opportunities or financial aid opportunities. So now what you find is that a scholarship that might used to, let's say, receive 50 persons applying, it's now up to 500, and the competition is pretty steep. So what would you say to an applicant right now that they would definitely need to observe to ensure that their scholarship is amongst the batch, basically, for consideration?
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about the back end of that. Mm-hmm. Because it comes back to mindset. If you're focusing on the number of applicants that the scholarship program is receiving, we're on the wrong page. Your mindset is already off. Because if you're focusing on the number of applicants, if you're focused on your competitor, when you go to a supermarket, don't you see multiple brands?
Absolutely.
Multiple brands, but there's a brand for everyone. I'm not going to touch any other ones.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? So your focus has to be refocused on applying for more so you can increase your odds.
Wow.
You increase your odds. If you play the lottery one time, and I'm not promoting the lottery, I'm just saying, if you play one time, you have one chance of getting it versus those that play all the time. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you have to shoot your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't make.
Oh,
I didn't make that up. Hold on, Ruth. I didn't make that up.
I know.
I heard it and it's in my head, and that's why I just said it.
Right.
I'm not claiming the rights to that quote. Just saying.
Yeah,
it just fit. It just fit.
We got you. It's appropriate. But Shedley, listen, right now I told Matthew that I have to get in touch with you because I have some phenomenal young people that would definitely want to hear from you, right? Because our youth division, we're connected to persons at the tertiary level, at the high school level, that I know would definitely love information like this. So I'm gonna be calling on you again, but before you go, just put your plug again of your IG handle so persons can follow you and get more information on what
Oh
we have.
yeah, follow me on everything. I'm on everything. Even catch me on TikTok sometimes. So
Oh my
go
God.
on IG, Scholarship Money for Students. Hit me up on LinkedIn. Hit me up on WhatsApp. Hit me up on what's on my website. Scholarship, the scholarship plug. Google is our
Google.
friend.
Yeah.
Okay, Google is your friend. Use Google for everything. Put in the scholarship plug, and I should come up. So
All
thank you
right.
again, Ruth.
Thank you so much, Shedley. It
You're
has
welcome.
been it's a great pleasure to have you sharing with us today. Thank you, and I will be calling you. Okay, but don't go. We're
Okay.
gonna bring in Chris right now in this for this question, and possibly you can assist as well. Chris, I wanted to ask. Well, somebody actually asked on YouTube: are there scholarships available for persons who want to study in Cuba that you are
Yes.
aware of?
Yes. So the most common one, which is through the Ministry of Finance's Scholarship and Assistant Unit. It's the Cuba-Jamaica bilateral agreement. So Jamaica, Cuba have an agreement where we send medical students to Cuba to be trained in the medical field, from nursing, dentistry, surgical, whatever your specialty. So that's the one that I'm aware of. And that's
Okay.
through the Ministry of Finance.
Mhm.
This year, it wasn't advertised. So I would suggest that reach out to, go in person or give them a call, the Ministry of Finance's Scholarship and Assistant Unit.
Okay, thank you so much. There is a question for Shedley right now. It says, I feel like I'm too late in trying to apply for a scholarship that's a year from now, but I'm gonna spend that year applying and preparing anyway because the time is gonna be spent anyhow. Okay, I'm trying to make sense of that. So basically, this person is saying that they think that they might be late in terms of applying for a scholarship that's a year from now. What are some of the considerations that this person would probably need to have prior to applying for a scholarship like this?
A year from now, a
From
year
now,
from now. So
yeah,
that means she feels late for a year from now.
yeah, apparently.
Okay. So another thing, I don't want you, there's so many different opportunities out there. If you are not a good fit for that particular scholarship, don't make yourself, it's almost like I wear a size 9.
Mhm.
And I see a nice shoe that's a size 6 because all the 6-footers get all the nice shoes. Am I gonna make my foot fit in the size 6? No. So you find another scholarship that's more general, that's a good fit for you. Don't go there. Why? If you're not a good fit, if you're not good fit, if you're not eligible at this time, and you feel like it's going to be a stress for you to meet those requirements, look for another one.
Right,
There's
that's
another
more
one for
appropriate.
you. But if you have a good chance, of meeting that requirement, if it's a matter of reaching a teacher for a letter of recommendation, or if it's a GPA that you have to take an extra class, because that will help you across the board.
Okay.
So you have to really compare, contrast, and really assess
Yes.
what's a good fit.
Thank you for that. Chris, I know I pulled you out of the background and Shedley just jumped in a while ago. And I love, no, I love it. But before you go, Chris, I want to ask you, so Shedley just touched on it in terms of some of the things that you could get before you actually apply. So for example, your recommendation letter. Is there anything else that maybe a potential candidate would probably need to consider prior to applying for a scholarship that they probably need to get?
Well, definitely one of the easiest one is you have to be enrolled or apply to be enrolled in a.
So you need to get acceptance
for a school. You not necessarily. I've gotten a lot of this question. You don't necessarily need to get the acceptance letter to apply, because most times by the time you get the acceptance letter, the scholarship is closed. But you apply, indicating that, hey, I won't be able to send this acceptance letter, and what the reason is. But if you don't get accepted, you're not going to get the money. However, they will understand that when the acceptance letter is received and you follow up on your part and submit it, you should be fine. So definitely be enrolled or accepted in a program before you not before you yes, before you apply, because you must know what you want to do. And definitely know what you want to do. Have an idea of the faculty or field of study you want to enter in. The worst thing for a scholarship donor, and I can say from my experience, is for you not to be able to identify your objective, your career objective. Secondly, I mentioned before, and I can't mention it again, and Sheldon did mention it again, you employ a culture of volunteerism. You have to volunteer. It's not just to win scholarship, but that's the only way we're going to have a better society, where each person be there for someone, because somebody's going to volunteer their time to help you to apply and win a scholarship or to give the information.
Right.
So make sure you volunteer. Make sure you associate yourself through networking with organizations that are linked towards your field of study. For instance, you want to go in environmental science. You want to associate yourself with the CRIF, CCRIF, Caribbean Catastrophic. I covered a scholarship recently.
That's CRIF. That is CRIF. Right. Scholarship.
As we said earlier, Google CCRIF.
CCRIF,
You want to
right.
associate yourself with that, because in the region, especially, we hurricane season, they are responsible for all scholarships, or the major scholarships relating to environmental protection, climate change, disaster preparedness, insurance. So associate yourself with them by following them, sign up for their newsletter, or contact them and say, hey, I would like to volunteer. This is what I plan to study. You're doing GNUE, you have to be following CRIF. So those are just 3 examples that you need to do, especially if you want to be successful in a scholarship game.
Thank you so
Can
much.
I add to that? I wanted to add to something Chris said about that acceptance letter, moving a little bit backwards. So if you have an acceptance letter, what I've done in the past is have the student send their confirmation letter. So you never, ever, ever, ever not send anything. If that's a requirement, either you submit a letter explaining that you are on the wait list, or you submit it and you're waiting pending on acceptance, or you send a copy of that confirmation that at least you've applied. Because it doesn't matter, you have to show that you're enrolled anyway when the scholarship is being awarded. So, always send something. And to the volunteer point, we want you to, yes, the society, we want you to do well in society, but we need you to eliminate. I'd rather you volunteer and hate it than you volunteer and doing just nothing.
Right.
We're not volunteer without a purpose. We're volunteer. I want you to volunteer so that you can, just like Chris said, if you're interested in environmental science, environmental engineering, either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. So now we're in a good position to say, that's the list. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather you do what you don't like, figure that out, because a lot of it is fit and match. That's how we lose students. If you go to a school because of the name and the name engineer or medical science, but it's not a good fit, we lose you. So I need you during your high school. That's why you're volunteering, to know who you are so that you can be a better fit for your program.
Absolutely.
Don't get me started, Chris.
Listen, I don't think we can accommodate all the wealth of knowledge that we can get today. But I really again want to thank both of you for just sharing with us. I'm sure a lot of persons have learned a lot since they have logged on today. So thank you so much, Shedley. Thank you so much, Chris, for stopping by as per usual and sharing with our young people. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon. So guys, right now we are at the final segment, meaning we're soon done, right? So this segment, we have some top universities, representatives rather, that will be sharing with you today. And first up on the list, we have the University College of the Caribbean, use of the, oh my God, you see, I still have the old name in my head. So from the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, how dare I, right? UCC. I have here Mr. Kevin Powell. Kevin, are you there? Kevin is gonna be giving us the scoop today.
I am here, Rukan, and I almost came over and said, "What are you saying? It's University of the Commonwealth Caribbean."
You know, me like UCC, I really like
You should.
No, I feel embarrassed.
That's okay. That's okay.
But
So
Kevin,
I want to pick up all my UCC students in the room. I saw that they took over your.
yes, it's true.
They took over your YouTube channel.
Yes.
They took it over, and I'm so happy for that. It's a taking over for me. Pick up yourselves.
All right, so Kevin, the floor is yours to do your presentation.
All right, thank you so very much, and again, welcome to everyone on this webinar, and of course, all our students who are seeking scholarship opportunities. I hope you have been listening to the tips and the advice that have been given. Very useful as you navigate the space and try to, fund your educational journey. UCC has quite a few scholarship options available for our students. We have, in fact, about 10 internal scholarships that are given to our students. And of course, we have our partners, our external partners that we have scholarship opportunities with. So I'm going to spend some time to talk about a few of the scholarships available for our students at UCC. We have a scholarship, very, very popular scholarship called the First Generation Scholarship. Now, the First Generation Scholarship is a value of about $115,000 to candidates who are the first family member in their generation to seek higher education. Yes, so you're the first person in your family to seek higher education. There's a scholarship at UCC called the First Generation Scholarship that you can apply for. All right, this scholarship is valued at $115,000. And of course, you come on board, you apply for the scholarship by visiting our application website on our website. It's ucc.edu.jm. The registry is there that contains the list of all of the scholarships that you can apply for. Yes, and of course, when you're applying, you apply at scholarships at ucc.edu.jm. So that's a first generation scholarship that you can apply for. We also have a scholarship called a helping hand. Now, lots of students, even though they apply for this for one of the many scholarships, sometimes they fall short of the criteria or the requirements, and we really don't want to turn anybody away. So we have a helping hand scholarship valued at $50,000 that really goes towards assisting you to make up your tuition. Sometimes you find the 100,000, you want a 50,000 extra. That scholarship or that grant is for students who have that difficulty and want to make up on the side. So the applicant whose education, and if your education too has been interrupted by a difficulty, COVID is up and about, and you perhaps have been challenged because of your job or because of some difficulty that you're faced with, certainly the Helping Hand Scholarship is something that you can go out and apply for. Then, of course, this one is a big one. We are very proud of this scholarship. It's the Geraldine Adams Hope Scholarship. Now, Geraldine Adams is our Deputy Group Executive Chairman, and there's a scholarship in honor with her name. And the priority for this scholarship, ladies and gentlemen, is given to applicants who resided or is residing currently in a girls' home in any of the parishes that UCC has a campus. And of course, UCC has a campus in Kingston and St. Andrew. We have a campus in Ocho Rios, Montego Bay, Mandeville, and May Pen. So if you live in any of these parishes in a girls' home, in a girls' home, then the Geraldine Adams Hope Scholarship is available for you. We also have a scholarship called, very proud of this one too, called the Trailblazers Scholarship. Trailblazers, these are persons who are involved in leadership and have very good, outstanding outreach, community outreach experiences under their belt. We are invited to apply for this scholarship. Now, one of the newest scholarships on the block, my friend Ruth, is a scholarship by entitled the Dr. Rickard Allen Memorial Scholarship. Now, Rickard Allen was the former board chairman of the UCC board, who was deceased last year, and so we had a memorial service this year in honor of him. And it's a scholarship in partnership with the NCB Foundation. NCB/UCC has formed this scholarship for together. And this scholarship, valued at $600,000, goes to a student who is studying a BSc in Innovation and Entrepreneurship at UCC, or a BSc in Networking with Cybersecurity. Any of those two any of those two programs that you're studying, you can apply for the Rickard Allen Memorial scholarship. So scholarship at UCC closes today. Yes, today is the deadline for the scholarship, but certainly, as you heard earlier, do not be afraid. Even though the scholarship is closed, don't be afraid to still apply, because you never know. We can look at and review our process and say, okay, you've met the criteria, we'll push you in. But we will probably give another week as an extension to our students at UCC, if you're interested. Certainly, applications can be done online. You go to our website, you download our form, complete the form. There are some requirements. You need to be, of course, have gotten your acceptance letter as a UCC student, or you are already in the program and moving forward into your second year, your third year, or your fourth year, and you want a scholarship opportunity. And of course, you apply to using the scholarships at ucc.edu.jm, and our team will be there to accept and walk you through the process. Now, one of the very important things, you've been hearing about it a lot in this webinar today, is that you need to be involved. Our scholarships are going to people who, one, show a need for that scholarship, all right? You need to show and demonstrate that you do indeed have a need for the scholarship. But secondly, you need to demonstrate that you are self-reliant. You're not just coming to us trying to seek the assistance, but you are doing other things, trying to get yourself, out of the quagmire of financial, the financial situation, and you can't afford the tuition. So we're looking for people who have good leadership qualities. We're looking for people who are able to show that they are not just thinking about themselves, but thinking about others through outreach opportunities, through looking at what you're doing to the wider community. Those are the candidates who are going to more than likely get the scholarship, because they are demonstrating that they have leadership qualities, they are involved in community service and outreach, and of course they have presented the case that they do indeed have a need for this scholarship. So we want to invite all of our students and prospective students, if you have applied for UCC and you have received your acceptance letter, you need to apply for our scholarships that we have. And we also have partnered with other agencies, other corporate entities like Sagicor Jamaica, Digicel. Every year, Digicel gives at least one of our IT students receive a scholarship from the Digicel Foundation to study in their IT program. So not only do we have internal scholarships, we do also have partners with Carreras, Digicel, Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Commission have scholarship opportunities for UCC students. Sagicor Jamaica has scholarships. The Human Resource Management Organization also have scholarships for UCC students. There are many scholarship opportunities, and we want to invite all our students and, of course, prospective first-year students to apply. Don't be afraid. Take up the mantle, make your application. If there's no application, then you can't be successful in getting financial aid. So come on over. I hope I'll see more of my UCC students reaching out to ensure that they receive these scholarship opportunities. Ruth?
UCC is taking over my chat. They're taking over YouTube. I don't know what's happening. They're taking over.
Yes, we're taking over. UCC taking
No,
over
you know, right now
the webinar.
I'm considering UCC. You know, don't be surprised if you see me come down there to do the postgrad program. You know, don't be
You
surprised.
should.
You
We
know.
invite you. And of course, if you are interested in postgraduate studies, come and visit the Department of Student Affairs, our scholarship unit. We will walk you through scholarship opportunities too.
What?
Yes, for postgraduate students.
So guess what? Put in a little appointment for me. Because right now you don't feel no way. I feel like I want to transition because I'm so convinced right now. I'm not joking. I'm serious.
Yeah. No, come in.
I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna
give
call
us a call. Financially,
you.
we know that there are lots of difficulties that our students are facing currently in the pandemic, and we want to do our department. Really, our mandate is to help our students. We have different avenues that our students can get financial assistance. One of the avenues that some of our students probably don't even know about is that we have an ambassador program, a UCC student ambassador program, where if you're a student of UCC, you know, you represent yourself well, you represent your club or your cohort well, you can be a part of the ambassador program, where you come on our website, you get to do meeting of new recruits, and being a part of the program, you get tuition discount and scholarships as well too. Yes.
No, all right.
Our mantra is making sure that our students have an opportunity
to
complete their program of study. So listen, we have the assistance. We just want our students to reach out. We find a lot of times that we have all of these scholarships available, but sometimes there are years when we're like, where are the applicants? Where are the applicants? So we want to just implore our students to choose these as paths to further your study. Okay.
So before you go, Kevin, because right now you get me very excited. You made mention of 5 scholarships, right?
Yes, but there are 10 in all. I just gave you, because of time, I just gave you about 3 or 4. But they
gave me the poops.
Yes. Yeah.
So there are 10 scholarships. So the 5 that you made mention, the First Generation, Helping Hand, Geraldine, Trailblazers, and the Dr. Rickard Allen. Right.
Rickard Allen.
Are these for undergrad or for both undergrad and postgrad?
They are for undergrad at the moment, but certainly if you are one of the persons who are in the children's home and you have an undergraduate degree, or you used to be a part of a children's home, a girls' home rather, you can apply for the Geraldine Adams Hope Scholarship. So there are different criteria that we use for the various scholarships. Our students can go on our website and look at our scholarship directory and get further information. But certainly if you're a postgraduate student and if you're interested in postgraduate studies, there are financial opportunities that we can make available for you.
Okay. Wow. So tell us now, final question to you, Kevin. So you made mention that I think there was one of the scholarships that you said would have the deadline was today, was it?
Yes, so the deadline for most of our scholarship is actually today.
But
so when I saw, yes, but I'm the head cook and bottle wash, right? I'm the man in town. So of course I have latitude to extend it, but I can only do it for probably a week, because we need to process these applications in time for the interviews and for disbursement of funds for September. But certainly we don't want to leave out anyone. We know that sometimes you probably miss an opportunity, so we're extending the opportunity for our students by a week. Get those applications in, get your transcripts together, get your recommendation letters together, get everything you need to get so that you can be a part of this awesome experience. Because Ruth, if you don't make it into the batch for September, there's an opportunity that you can make it into the batch for January.
Oh.
So these latecomers, if they don't get through for September,
benefits.
We will consider them for a January intake. So that's fine.
Oh my God. Listen, I don't know, but I love the passion, Kevin. I love the fact that, listen, you have Well, I always have to use young people, but I love the fact that you have people at heart right now for these scholarships.
Yes.
And I mean, at the end of the day, UCC is willing, guys, to extend their scholarship deadline to a week. You have time to get your documentation together and make a submission. Kevin, how can persons get in touch with UCC?
So they can get in touch with us, visit our website www.ucc.edu.jm. But also please make contact with the Department of Student Affairs. That's where the scholarship unit is located, the Department of Student Affairs. The extensions are 906-3000, and you can get us at extension 3994 or 4036. Yes, those are the extensions that you can get, and somebody's there to walk you through the process and to just share with you whatever information that you wish to have about making this a successful scholarship journey.
It has been a pleasure, Kevin. I know I've been talking to some awesome people, but right now you just put the cherry right now and the cake. God of mercy.
We are about the cherry at UCC, the scholarship cherry. Let's go.
Yes, I love it. Kevin, thank you so much for taking the time to share with us. You will definitely be hearing from me. I'm gonna bad up, some people,
back them up
and get your contact so we can link up. Okay, but thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me, Team UCC, bum. In the chat.
Light up the chat, people, and the lighting it up too. Thank you, Kevin.
All right, bye.
All right, so we just heard from Kevin Powell from the UCC. Listen, some great information, awesome information that you guys have gotten. So the UCC massive right now they might get too excited right now, but we're gonna bring to the fore right now UTEC, University of Technology, and representing UTEC right now we have Miss Pauline Maduri. Pauline, are you there? Pauline? Oh, I think you're mute, Pauline. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone, my UTEC crew and all.
Woo-hoo! Hi, Pauline. Welcome. Listen, Pauline, you see, right? You see how Kevin set the stage, right? So UTEC have to pull some bigger,
No, we're always in the lead. Don't need to worry. Yes.
So it's over to you, Pauline.
Okay. Seen my screen? I'm sharing a PowerPoint.
All right. In about 5 seconds, we should be able to see it. We're waiting. All right. So the technical team is working on that, Pauline. So in the meantime, you could probably...
No problem. In the meanwhile, I can go ahead.
That's sure. I'll tell you when it's up.
Okay. So as I said, good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. UTEC. And before I start the presentation, please note that UTEC applications for UTEC is still open, and you go to the university's website and go to admissions, and there you find the link to do your application online in the comfort of anywhere you wish. So, as usual, we understand the pandemic is going on, so our focus is on you. So we are very sensitive of the challenges that students are faced with today and in the past. So we have over 200 scholarships per academic year that are awarded to UTEC students of all years. Apart from our scholarships, we have financial aid office grants that we assist our students with. So we normally encourage our students that, in planning for university, you look at 6 ways. You have our private resources. These are your family members. SLB, I know you don't want that debt, but it's also an option. You have government assistance, our university's assistants that we look at scholarships, earn and study, and grants. Before Chris mentioned, there are commercial banks and financial institutions that will have comprised your credit unions. So with our family members, we look at the partner plan, whether formal and informal. We look at tuition assistance from parents' employers, such as BNS, and also your summer employment, whether locally or internationally, for those who go on the work and travel program. So our government assistance, of course, we have quite a number of government assistance that are given to UTEC students. We have the National Youth Service, Jamaica Values and Attitude, Ministry of National Security under the Jamaica Federation, employees, children, Ministry of Education and Culture, Youth and Culture, Ministry of Health, and Ministry of Finance. We can't exhaust the Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education had several scholarships going out currently, especially for the engineering students. That is the incoming year 1 and year 2 going to for August. We have 100 scholarships earmarked for those students in particular, and that covers full tuition, boarding if necessary, and stipend. Under the Ministry of Education, we also have emancipation, ISA, male and female, the UTEC Open, and MOE Science and Education, and MOE Technical High School. This means the technical high school means that you should be coming from a technical high school to be qualified for that scholarship. So we now look at the financial aid scholarships from UTEC. Okay, we administer over the 200 scholarships with our private partners, both public and private partners, to the students, them according to the different criteria for the different programs. These scholarships are varying in quantum. So some are, as I mentioned, like the Ministry of Education, it's full tuition, full boarding, stipend, while others will vary along the line, maybe full tuition only, maybe a portion of your tuition, depending on the scholarship. Our scholarships are open and it closes July 31st. The application form is on our university's website. It is a fillable form that you will fill out there and email it back to us. While we have the scholarships, we have other programs that you can assist. You can use to assist in financing your education. Of course, we have the Earn and Study program here on the campus where you earn while you're studying, and you work during your available hours, because at UTEC you set your timetable. So you will determine if you want to do classes in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evenings. So you can work in the morning, in the afternoon, because most of the offices here close at 4. But so you have some open until 8, 9 o'clock, so you could even work in those areas as well. For that is for Earn and Study, and we pay you the check directly. We also have grants, small grants that are offered to students towards their tuition, towards their boarding, rent, bus fares. We give you the JUTC cards for public transportation, and we have lunch subsidy that we try to subsidize your lunch. When you're applying for scholarships, for new students who are just coming in for August, we need your CXC CAPE, or if you did a program before, for example, a diploma, if you want to be advanced, please, those need to be attached to your application form along with the records of your extracurricular activities. I'm sure you have heard about this so many times from the different donors, should I say presenters before, that you must be involved. Okay, so the scholarships, when we're doing the interviews, we look at your academic performance, and remember, all of Jamaica is bright. So what is distinguishing you from the others? That's where your extracurricular activities will come in. We'll also look at your financial need, your leadership ability, and your interview performance. While you're doing Earn and Study here on the university campus, we place you right across the universities. I should say from the president's office to across the university, the jobs are available for you to do your Earn and Study. We not only offer it in the semester, we also offer it also in the summer. So school is out and I'm sure you want a summer job. we offer earners to the students that are enrolled here to work on campus during the summer for the duration of the summer period. So the grants of I said, but for grants, we do not have a deadline for the grants because your need will vary accordingly. But for the loan subsidy, however, we have a deadline for that because we normally carry the students through the academic year, those who are on the loan subsidy. So we normally close it like 3 weeks into the semester for the loan subsidy for you to apply so we can process you so you can start getting the subsidy towards your meal. So thank you and welcome again to UTEC.
You know what I love about what you just said a while ago, and I'm sure many persons who are tuning in from UTEC would just, well, they're greatly appreciative of the fact that over 200 scholarships are available. And you made mention that these are scholarships available through partnership efforts, be it public or private. But what I want to ask you though, Pauline, is what would you say would be the defining factor for consideration then when someone applies for any of these scholarships? What would be the thing that would cause that applicant to stand out then in their application?
In their application, okay. The application form for us is about 7 sheets in length. And we go through and analyze the students' penmanship, how they deliver themselves in the writing. Because remember, we're not seeing them before we shortlist. We are seeing them in the interview. So we're asking them to represent themselves in the manner that somebody's actually seeing them on the paper.
Okay.
So we do not want the grammatical errors, etc. on the application form. So it should be well written.
Got you. Are there any scholarships for tourism students?
Yes, we have.
Okay, there are.
We have scholarships for all the programs here.
All the programs. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess that is indeed good news going forward for persons who are interested. When is is there a general deadline or are there specific deadlines based on the scholarships that exist?
Okay, depending on the donor itself, because as you heard Chris said that betting, gaming and lottery closing today, Ministry of Education closing today, we're scheduling the closing on the 15th, but most of the others are closing July 15th. July 30. Okay. Yes, the last day in July, last working day in July.
Working day. All right.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Pauline. And just note, guys, I love the fact that you made mention just now that most of the scholarships at UTEC will actually, the deadline is July 30th. So please to mark it in your calendar. And of course, on the UTEC's website, you can go on, search out, seek out the appropriate scholarship and make your submission. Where can persons get in touch with the UTEC, Pauline?
Okay, we can be contacted via our email, financialaidutech@gmail.com, or you can call us at 970-1680 and it goes up to 8, and the extensions are 2219, 2883 and 2885.
Okay, awesome. And of course, UTEC is on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and all of them, right?
Certainly. And of course, the Students Union page will all have all these scholarships also out there. The marketing department and the recruitment team, the scholarships are all out there. You just need to apply. And I will say, if you don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance. If you don't have an application, you don't have a chance.
You don't have a chance. I love it. Thank you so much, Paul.
And also, if you think education is expensive, check ignorance.
Whoa.
So,
whoa. That's a lot of shade, though, Pauline. That's a lot of shade. Thank you for that. I love that nugget. Listen, if you don't listen, ignorance is very expensive and costly. So just be proactive and submit your application. Thank you so much, Pauline, for sharing with us this afternoon. We will definitely be in touch with you
in our
upcoming webinars. Thank you so much.
All right.
Next up, we have, and we're winding down real quickly, we only have 2 schools remaining. Is that the case? We only have 2 schools remaining. So stick and stay. UE is coming up, but right now, before we jump to UE, we want to go to the Shortwood Teachers College. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we go to Shortwood, we will be going to the Edna Manley College for the visual and performing arts. And y'all know the creative people, this is the institution for you. And to be sharing with us this afternoon is Miss Melody McDowell. She will be basically giving you the scoop in terms of some of the scholarship opportunities that the Edna has to offer. Melody, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can, loud and clear.
Okay, hi, and welcome, and thank you, Ruth, and your team for having me, as well as to the JTEC team for hosting this, this webinar. Is really, really an important webinar, because what we find is that a lot of students, they are clueless as to where they can go, in search of scholarships. Most times they will come and they say, Miss, where can I get scholarships? And, I'll direct them to our website or to the Jamaica scholarship website. And, so what I had done from my end, I had sent the link to a number of my students, incoming and new, returning and incoming students, right? So I hope, they're online and watching to see all the steps, all the tips that were given in how to apply for the scholarships. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share a PowerPoint presentation that lists all the scholarships and the criteria for application. All right, so how do I just click on share?
Yes, click on share and select the appropriate program.
All right, so share
or share window.
All right, share screen. All right, so enter screen. What do I do? Open the document first?
Yes, open the document, and then you can go to share.
Okay, the document is open, so I go to share.
Okay, but in the meantime, I hope we have some Edna students, because as Melody just said, she sent the link, people, so I must make sure someone forward. So far we have a great representation from the respective schools that are represented here today. So listen, if you are from Edna, please light up the chat. Let us see that you are a proud Edna Manley student. Okay, so let's see if they're coming up. Are there any persons from Edna? All right, I guess they're typing.
I'm trying to share. I'm not getting. So I click on share.
Yes.
Right? And share screen. All right, screen sharing works best on good computer. Share screen.
Yeah.
So how do I open the document now?
Well, once you open the document first, you should see the window where the document is actually located.
Are you seeing?
On that.
Are you seeing it now?
Let me see. No, I'm not seeing anything now. But here's what. Possibly, maybe we are just having some technical challenges where the streaming app is concerned, but you can just go ahead and free flow. If there's anything that we need to back you up with, we'll do that.
All right. I'm seeing the screen, so I'll just go from what I have here. So list of scholarships and eligibility, right? So as all the other presenters have indicated, persons, some of the criteria for applying for scholarship is that students must be enrolled as a full-time student, right? You must be of good character, right? That is displaying leadership qualities. You must have a high achievement with a minimum GPA of 3.0. Okay, and one of our requirements is that a student must write an essay inciting, their financial need, their goals as a student, and where they see themselves in the next 5 years graduating from the Edna Manley College. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and
Okay, right. So those are some of the criteria that relates to our scholarship. All right, so I'm going to go by schools. So the scholarships that are available from the different schools. We have five schools. We have the School of Visual Arts, School of Dance, School of Music, School of Arts Management, and the School of Drama. Now, we have scholarships for the different schools based on, sometimes based on, or what would I say now? We have scholarship available from all over, from corporate Jamaica, private sponsors, and foundations. So I'm just going to list the different scholarships that is available through the visual arts. We have the Cecil Boswell Facey Foundation Scholarship. And that is available to the students who are entering their final year, right? Also, you have the GSL Foundation. You have the Ebony Pattison Painters Grant. And that grant, Ebony Pattison, I don't know, if there are any artists on here who she's a Edna graduate and is doing very well as a painter on the international stage. And she gives back to her alma mater. Right, so she gives grant to fund final year students who are doing their independent studies, and the majors that can apply are like the painting major, sculpture, illustration majors. Okay, you have the Edna Manley Foundation that's available to students who are entering their second, third, or fourth year of study. There's a Mandeville Art Fair, which is called a Julie Lynn Scholarship. And that is also available to the final year students. We now move on to we're still on visual arts because they have quite a number of scholarships available to them. You have the Rob Butterworth, which is also another independent sponsor. And he also gives funding for students to offset their independent study expenses. There's a Ligonier Lodge that is available to students who are entering their second year of study, right? And this scholarship is renewable each year once the recipient maintain a B average. Then you have another scholarship that is called the International Women of Jamaica. This is another private donor where they give to final year visual arts students, all right, on a yearly basis. Then we move on to the School of Music. And for the guitarists in the chat, you have the Jerome Jajari Haynes. Okay, Jerome Jajari Haynes was a bass guitarist with, well, it was a long time, but I not quite remember. And his son, decided to create a foundation in his honor to give back to students at the Edna Manley College who are majoring in guitar studies. Then you have the Rotary Club of Canada and McNamee Scholarship, where they give funding to the education majors. So these are students who are doing the Bachelor of Arts in Music Education. And these students must be entering their third and fourth year of study. Then you have the Jamaica American Friendship Association, which is called the Angela Harvey Scholarship. And this is available to students who are entering their third and fourth year of studies. And they have to be majoring in music performance. Then we move on to the School of Drama. The School of Drama, there are two scholarships available specifically for that school. You have the Earl Warner Foundation, and this scholarship is available to students who are in the Bachelor of Fine Arts program. All right, so the Bachelor of Fine Arts, which is theater acting. Then you have the Sabrina McDonald Radcliffe Foundation. This is a new sponsor. She's a past student of the college, and she decided to give back because she said she remember while being here, the challenges that she had in funding her tuition, and she's now in a position where she wants to give back. All right, so we just advertised this scholarship. It is still open, and the students must be entering their final year of study. We're now on to the School of Arts Management and Humanities. And this scholarship, you have the Joan Duncan Foundation that gives to students who are entering their final year of study, as well as Sabrina McDonald Radcliffe scholarship as well. You have the School of Dance, and we only have one scholarship specifically available to this foundation, right? And that is the Barry Moncrief Foundation Scholarship. And it's available to students who are entering their second year of study and is renewable each year. Once the student maintain, again, a B average, and for us, our B average is a 3.2 and up. Now, we have a number of donors and partners that these scholarships are open to all the five schools. So we have the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries, we have Carreras Ltd, we have the Louis Bennett Foundation, we have Grace Kennedy Foundation, we have the Jamaica Musical Theatre, we have the Christina Bennett Foundation, the Jamaica Musical Theatre Company under the Christina Bennett Foundation. And it is open to all the performing arts. So that is the drama, music, and dance students. You do have the Mona Baptist Church, which is a Douglas Samuels Memorial Scholarship, and it is open to all the education final year majors. When we say education final year majors, it means students from School of Dance, Drama, Music, Visuals who are doing education degree. You have the Restaurants of Jamaica, Burger King. You have the Sagicor Foundation. And the Sagicor Foundation scholarship, the good thing with this is that it also, you can apply for the scholarship once you're entering your second, third, or fourth year. And it is also renewable yearly once you maintain your 3.0 GPA. You also have we have the Arts Foundation of Jamaica. This is a foundation that supports the arts, and it gives funding to students at the Edna Manley College who are entering their second, third, or fourth year of study. J Penn Studio Bursary. This is another alumni who gives back. You know, she's a teacher, but she has a little performing arts company going, and she raised funding through events and give back to the college. There's a Joseph Buchanan Foundation that gives funding to music and visual arts students, and then we also have the JN Foundation. And as usual, as other presenters have indicated, you have scholarships from the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Labor and Security, which is, for government employee children. You have the NCB Foundation, you have Chase Fund, Jamaica Social Investment Fund, you have Grace and Staff Community Development Foundation, you have Optimist International, there's Rubis, United Way through the Russell Windalco Jamaica Limited. So the Russell Windalco Jamaica Limited, if your parent work with the backside industry, or if you live in St. Catherine, that's where the Russell is, Windalco, yeah. So if you're from in that community, St. Catherine community, you can also apply to Windalco for funding. There's a Norman Manley International Airport. There we have 2 students currently that is sponsored by the airport. There's also Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities. So if for students who are here who are who have disability, whether they're blind, whatever, they apply to that council, and they'll receive funding. And as usual, the Path Bursary. So students who are beneficiary from high school will continue to receive funding of up to $100,000 in grant. Okay, And these students going forward, they must maintain a 2.50 GPA in order to continue getting this grant up to their final year of study. All right, let me just cancel it. Was that it? Hello?
I was trying to unmute a while ago.
Okay.
But thank you so much for that. What I love that you mentioned is that you have scholarships for all the relevant, for all the faculties and all the programs that fall under those faculties. There is a question for you, if there are any scholarships for persons who are pursuing, let's say, fashion. I'm not too sure if it's what you permit.
Fashion comes under. Yeah, fashion design comes under visual arts.
Oh, fashion design. Okay.
Yeah, it's fashion design. Yeah, so it falls under the visual arts. It falls within the visual arts department. So any scholarship that is offered through the visual arts department, once you have your GPA of 3.0 and above, you can apply.
But I have a little challenge. What if, Melody, you not really do so at last year, you really did a work for the 3.0, but things never happened. COVID threw you off and all these things happen. Bangarang, right? So you drop down below the 3.0. Are there any scholarships to assist, or even grants to assist persons who are who might be faced with those circumstances?
All right, for the external sponsors, they control the recipient, right? Or the application. We don't have any control over that. But for those scholarships that are advertised internally,
consideration can be given.
Right, consideration is given.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, because I got nervous because I know that last year was a rough year for many students.
Yes.
So we definitely want to look out for
we had that issue. We had last year a number of students who we know who were high performers, and they fell below the 3.0 threshold, and we still give them the chance to apply, and when they came to the interview, I mean, they excel and they sold themselves and they got through.
I love it.
They got through.
So how can persons, I know you made mention that persons can send an email to get in touch with you, but also to go to is it the scholarship unit at Edna?
Yes, they can visit the registry.
The registry, right?
Right.
So how can persons get in touch with the registry? Because I know sometimes they might not be able to come in physically, but is there an email address? Is there
so they can visit our website at emc.edu.jm, or send an email to registry@emc.edu.jm.
All right, awesome. Where can we find Edna on social media? Because that's where it is.
Honestly, I'm not even sure. They're on Facebook and they're on Instagram.
Okay, awesome.
So once you type in EMC VPA, you will find you. You'll find us.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Melody.
You're welcome.
And we will be in touch with you.
Definitely. Thanks, and thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right, that was Miss Melody from the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, Miss Melody McDowell. Next up, we have the University of the West Indies, and I think Marsha and I might be related, Marsha Lawrence, who is representing the UWI today, Mona campus in particular, and we'll be sharing with you some of the scholarship opportunities that are available to students who have been accepted, or even those who are returning to the UA. Marsha, are you there?
Hi, Ruth. I'm here. Hi.
All right, Marsha. So it's a pleasure to have you. The floor is yours. Give us the scoop on what UA has to offer.
Listen, we have so many new scholarships this year. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's so crazy. So what this presentation is just to get more persons to apply, because even though our general application is June the 30th, guess what? We've extended it to July for most persons.
Wow.
Right? So people can get the chance to apply. So
awesome.
Everyone in on my UA Massive, if you haven't applied as yet, please apply. So my presentation won't be long. My presentation won't be long. and I'm here to answer any questions you might have. So let me just share my screen quickly. And you can let me know. Are you seeing it? Hello? Okay, so my name is Marsha Lawrence and I represent Office of Student Financing, and we provide financial assistance to the registered undergraduate students at the Mona and the Western Campus. Quickly, some of our roles include providing financial assistance. We liaise with the donors, both internal and external. We advise students on their options based on their unique financial situation, because each student brings a different situation to the table. So we try our best to assist the students as they come along. We also liaise with the Students' Loan Bureau and other external entities where necessary. And of course, because the students' mental health is just as important as their academic life, we refer students to the counseling unit at the health center. So the types of financial assistance that we offer: scholarships and bursaries, that's the bigger heading. We also offer general financial assistance. And one of the things I love about where I work, you'll hear me say OSF, which is short for Office of Student Financing. We try our best to cover or to provide assistance for each aspect of the student's life. So you may need assistance, most likely it's tuition, but students have need for accommodation or housing. They need help with transportation because some students live off campus and are commuting. Some students need help with books or miscellaneous fees. Whatever the case may be, at OSF we try to cover each of these items to assist the student. Now, our scholarship and our bursaries, these are paper applications that we ask that you submit by the specified deadlines on the website. We also offer the general financial assistance, and this is an online application. This online application is specific to the meal and the book grant or any other non-tuition related expenses that a student may have. So as I said, well, I haven't said it yet, the general scholarship application period is April 1st to June 30th each year, but we have extended it to July 31st for the students. So quickly try and apply, try and get on board as quickly as possible. We also have the UE Mona bursaries, and this is open June 1st to August 31st each year. So we have the UE Mona Law bursary for students doing law. We have the engineering and the preliminary engineering bursary. And we have the Faculty of Medical Sciences bursary for students in the full fee paying MBBS and DDS programs. Like I said before, we have so many new scholarships this year. We have so many new scholarships. So if you're seeing the screen, you can just look at some of these that were mentioned before. The Dr. Merle Grant Scholarship for Medical Sciences students, that's new. Sagicor scholarships, the Mark and Kathleen Newman scholarships for students in the Faculty of Science and Technology. We have the Jamaica Government Exhibition. We have the New Fortress, that's a very popular one. U Township, Grace Kennedy. For the Faculty of Medical Sciences, we have the IGL, just mentioning a few. Faculty of Science and Technology, we have a new one in addition to Mark and Kathleen. We have the Samuel Edward Sticky Brooks Memorial Scholarship, that's new. For the Faculty of Law, Frank L. Myers, Duncock Scholarship. And I'm only mentioning these under the faculties. I'm not going through the criteria, because when you go on our website, the criteria is there for you to read through. And by criteria, I mean the year you're in, your GPA. If you meet certain criteria such as volunteerism, or maybe it's some scholarships are targeted for students who used to go to certain high schools, who live in certain parishes. So when you go on our website, it's better that you click each scholarship and read through the criteria. Some students apply blindly. So let's, for instance, a full-time student may apply for a part-time award. And it is clear on the website that it's for a part-time student, but students put it at the same time. I understand applying for every scholarship, but students must also apply by reading, right? So if it's a part-time, a full-time cannot apply, and vice versa. For the Faculty of Sports, we have the Dr. Tulsi Dayal Singh Scholarship in Sport. For the Faculty of Social Sciences, we have the JMMB Scholarships and Bursaries, and that's a very popular one. We have the KPMG, the Kayla and Joseph Sakir Memorial Scholarship. We have the Dwayne Palmer Memorial Scholarship. For the Faculty of Humanities and Education, you can just have a look at the screen and just do a quick skim through. So for Faculty of Humanities and Education, we have the Limners and Bards, otherwise called the Lab Bursary, for 100,000. We also have Library and Information Association of Jamaica, Audrey Roberts. I think I've heard Audrey Roberts mentioned before. We also have the Bridget Jones and William Mailer Bursary for French Studies, and also another one for foreign language is a Gillian Wiley. It's not on the slide here, but that's for students doing Spanish. So that's a Gillian Wiley. For the Faculty of Engineering, we have the H.J. Fenton Memorial Scholarship in engineering. That's one of the bigger ones. It covers tuition and miscellaneous. We have the Kevin Paul Akindele Wright Memorial Bursary. We have the New Fortress. So as you see, we try to cover all the faculties. And even throughout the academic year, we always advise students, go through our website, keep abreast of the website, because throughout the academic year, persons come on board wanting to give, right? Sometimes you never know what might happen. So we want students to become serious about getting their scholarships and just start the website. Just start the website, because you'll see when the new scholarships are posted. Awards applicable to any faculty, because sometimes students say there's nothing for our faculty. There's not. Look at the screen. So we have awards applicable to any faculty, meaning that you can apply whether you're under engineering, social sciences, science and technology, medical sciences. These are some of the scholarships that you can apply for. And I cannot do this presentation without mentioning the Principal Scholarship for Excellence. And as you can see, the value is tuition and miscellaneous expenses, right? Some of the criteria or the eligibility factors include, of course, registered in an undergraduate degree program, entering level 2 or 3 of your program of study, a GPA of 3.3 or higher. And let's face it, if you're getting an award which covers everything, the GPA of 3.3 is not a lot to ask. So of course, they're going to look for persons who are demonstrating leadership qualities, persons who are involved in their communities. So you're involved in co-curricular and your community. And these are things that we ask you to put on your application. So these will help us in the shortlisting process. How to apply? Now visit the OSF website during the academic year. That's www.mona.uwi.edu/OSF. Download the application form, complete all the applicable sections. You're gonna print it, sign it, And we have a drop box located inside the SAS building. That's the Student Administrative Service Section, SAS. So if you don't know SAS, you can just ask where the cashiers are. So once you go into that section, we have a drop box there that you can drop the applications in. So pay attention to the deadlines. Some scholarships have different deadlines. Pay attention to the deadlines. And once your application is completed, your reference is signed and stamped. That's very important. Here's a look at our front page, which so a scholarship application allows you to apply for up to 10. So you can list up to 10 scholarships on a single application form, right? The budget planner is important. Make sure you fill it out properly in Jamaican dollars. Pay attention to the expenses, the income resources. Your reference should always be signed and stamped. If it's a JP, we have to see the seal on there, right? So sometimes we don't necessarily like to accept the references where the stamps aren't showing the soft copies. So we need you to make sure that the reference is completely filled out according to the instructions. Make sure they know you for at least 2 years, and use the persons listed on the sheet.
Okay. So if I let me just ask you though, Marshall. So what you're saying is that there is one standard form that you can use to apply for most, if not all, of the UA scholarship. Is that the case?
The scholarships that we OSF administer.
Oh, OSF. Oh, okay.
So scholarships such as Sagicor, yes,
have their own
scholarships, for example, Sagicor, NCB, Grace, they have their own application forms. But for the scholarships that come through that we take in and we shortlist for, that's a general application form that students are allowed to use.
Okay, understand. And based on what you would have stated earlier, where the GPA is concerning, you must have a 3.3 GPA. That's the case? Is there any consideration?
That's for the principal. That's for the principal scholarship.
For the principal scholarship, okay.
Right. Most of our scholarships require a minimum 3.0, sometimes 2.8.
Okay.
But most times it's a minimum of 3.0. And that's for students who would have completed their first year already. For new students,
Marshall?
Hello?
Marshall?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
You're hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I was saying it's a minimum 2.8 for some, but mostly it's 3.0.
Okay, got you.
Right.
How can persons
I just before I finish, I just want to touch on the
Oh, go ahead, Marshall. You froze a while ago.
Okay, I want to touch on, yes, it's freezing as well from my side. I want to touch on the general financial assistance, and this is the online application offered September to November and January to April each academic year. It covers financial assistance with meals, cash grants, or book grants. So this is another popular one. The federal student aid, which is a direct unsubsidized loan that's done through the U.S. Department of Education, and it's for U.S. citizens or eligible non-citizens, green card holders, persons who would be Americans and attending university. This type of assistance is there for you. And of the path, open August to October each year. So you can apply for that. As I said before, we offer guide other opportunities. JAMVAT is there. If you wanted to add a volunteerism to your resume, The job program is a great way to do that, 200 voluntary hours. And at the end of that, they cover 30% of your tuition, but not surpassing 350. So
Okay,
that's a good option as well.
Okay, so basically, any information that persons want on the UWI scholarships, you can go to the OSF website, and that's of course on, and it's on your screen right now. So you go to www.mona.uwi.edu /
Very
OSF
user friendly.
/ yeah. So for those of you who are a part of UA, one of the things you know about them is that they have a one-stop shop for all things scholarships. And we know we can definitely find the UA on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to get more information. As a matter of fact, I think UA has now moved into having WhatsApp numbers now for most of their faculties. You see, I have the scoop, because UA is the place to
that's
be.
true.
So you can get that information, and I'm sure. Are there any WhatsApp numbers though that you have that you'd want to share with persons who are viewing now? Marshall?
Not for OSF. We don't have a WhatsApp number for OSF right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
So for now, it's just those cell phones that you can call and get us on, and also our office email, which is stufinc@uwimona.edu. Right. So you can send your emails or your questions to that email address, and we'll assist you as best as we can.
Awesome. I appreciate it so much. That was Marsha Lawrence from the UWI Mona, who was really here to share all the information on the scholarships. If you missed out at any point in time, you can jump right now to the UWI website, specifically the OSF site on the website, to get the needed information. Office of Student Financing. Thank you so much, Marsha, and we will definitely be in touch with you. It was a
You're
pleasure.
welcome. Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys. So we have only 2 presenters remaining, and we're going to be jumping right now to the Carreras. So, and then we're moving to the Shortwood Teachers College. Now, Carreras, there is a representative here. I think I might have missed my notes. Miss Sachelle Gooden, who will be sharing. Oh, I'm sorry. I think we should go to Shortwood first and then Carreras. My sincerest apologies. Right now, we're going to be jumping to Miss Raquel. Is this Powis? I hope I pronounced it correctly, who will be sharing some information on what the Shortwood Teachers College has to offer the students. Raquel?
Yes, are you hearing me? I realize
yes, I can hear you, but I don't think your camera is on.
I did turn it on. I'm not sure what happened. It's on my end. Is it your end? Because I want you to see me.
It's off on my end, unfortunately. But you can go ahead, Raquel.
All right. I'm here to talk about Shortwood. I have to use this opportunity to say that here at what Shortwood Teachers College is about and what we offer. So thank you for having me. I don't know why my camera is not working. I want to scream. I want to cry.
I don't know.
All right. I hope my voice is melodious enough and persons can
It's working.
Feel the vibes with me. I see you save me for almost last. They say you save the best for last sometimes. So here I am to represent Shortwood Teachers College. As the name suggests, Shortwood Teachers College, we are a teacher-trained institution. And here at Shortwood, we offer a bachelor's degree in areas of early childhood education, primary education, and secondary education in the areas of geography, history, social studies, human ecology, language arts, math, the sciences, biochemistry, or physics. And then we have the Modern Languages Department, which that is the French and Spanish department. I mentioned those because I see we're talking about scholarships here. So as I mentioned those, the requirements to enter Shortwood Teachers College is a basic requirement among all colleges, which is 5 CXC subjects, inclusive of math and English. If you decide to specialize in a secondary area, you should have that subject in a grade 1 or 2.
Okay.
So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I think it's best for me now to. So yes. So as I was saying now, Shortwood Teachers College with there are lots of scholarships that are offered here at Shortwood Teachers Colleges. Most of them were mentioned before from Scholarship JA and thereabout. We have the Path Bursary that is offered here. And let me explain something about the Path Bursary. You just need to provide us with your path information and we fill out the application for you, put in that and send it down to Path. So you see how that easy that it is for you. You provide the information to us, we put it in the application. We may just need you to sign the application to say that it's you and we send it off to Path for you. And then, you know, you have the JAMFAT program, which is also applicable to here at Shortwood, NYS. You have the Math and Science Scholarship, which you can access here. Because what I heard mentioned across the board today, you have to be accepted in an institution to get these money. So if you're not accepted in an institution, they won't have anywhere to send these funds to. So you can apply here at Shortwood Teachers Colleges. There are also grants and bursary. You have the Tip Friendly Society that you can access once you're here at Shortwood Teachers College. You have the JTA bursary, that's the Jamaica Teachers Association bursary. You know, I hear that Carreras is next. They offer also scholarships that are applicable to here at Shortwood Teachers College. And you can visit our website at www.stcoll.edu.jm for any other information to apply to us. So once you get into that application, we are almost in the closing season period, I should say, of the closing of applications. So get your applications in so that you have an acceptance letter to show to the requisite institution that you have been accepted. So here I can access those funds. You also have financial assistance through your members of parliament. So you can always access that. We will provide you with a letter to take to your members of parliament to say, hey, I am accepted at Shortwood Teachers College and I'm seeking some financial assistance towards my tuition fee. And I must plug in that our tuition fee is not expensive. And I must say it kind of dropped this year a little. You know, we're in the COVID period, so we take into consideration persons coming in and persons who, you know, you had been planning for tertiary education, the savings, but here comes COVID and you had to dip into that a little. So we take that into consideration. You can also WhatsApp us at 864-766-56 or 547-0617. If you have any information, you can call us, WhatsApp us, and those numbers. And also you can call us at the Students Affairs Office, which is 924-1095, and that goes up to 7. And yes, you can also email us at studentaffairsdept@stcoll.edu.jm, and you can find us on all the social media platforms we are on Instagram and we are on Facebook. So once you type in Shortwood Teachers College, there we are. You can follow us, DM us, ask us questions. We will respond to you as soon as possible. So Ruth, do you have any questions for me that are buzzing in the chat at the moment?
To ask you though is Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, awesome, Raquel. So what I wanted to ask now.
I just wanted to plug in. My apologies. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
I just realized that I left out a key information that our past students also give grants to students that are attending Shortwood Teachers College. You know, Shortwood Teachers College is the teachers college out there. From you mentioned that you come from Shortwood Teachers College, we are the college that produce quality teachers, highly trained. We do have a reputation to uphold out there. We are committed to growth and enlightenment, and we live up to that school motto here at Shortwood Teachers College. So it depends on the faculty that the area that you're studying in. And I should mention, for the Modern Languages Department, you do have the Petra-Carib scholarship. So that is geared toward if you're doing the foreign languages. So you know that is unique to us here at Shortwood Teachers College. We are the college for the French and the Spanish. So I will post on that. So I will boast on that.
Okay.
So, yes. And the general, I always encourage my students. You can always go there and create a scholarship for yourself, you know.
True. That is so true.
So I'll apply and said, Miss, but I don't know where to go and get any scholarship. And you know, you can always create one for yourself. You start as you said, start the Raquel Foundation, and you might never know, once somebody sees that you have the passion, you have the drive to go out there and get higher education, they will assist you. They will.
That is so true, Raquel. I'm sure many persons right now who are current, whether it be returning or new students to Shortwood, they're very happy about all the partnerships that Shortwood has going, and I love the fact that you said, listen, Shortwood is a creme de la creme right now.
Yes, we are.
As it relates to the teaching institution. So I really want to thank you. But how can persons who are students now get in touch with the department that deals with scholarships?
All right, they can call the registry department and ask for myself, which is Raquel Powis, and they can also WhatsApp me at 547-0617, and I provide the other WhatsApp number. And I realize that we sometimes neglect our part-time students, you know, only full scholarship out there. You have to be a full student, it can be part-time, but here at Shortwood, for the students that are currently here now, that are in our part-time program, we have a little summer tuition scholarship going on where you know you get up to a 10% discount. So you can call me for those details for my part-time students out there. This is only applicable to part-time students.
Part-time. I love it.
Yes.
I don't want nobody right now support part-time students. I'm very happy for that.
Can I tell you?
Raquel, thank you so much for the information.
My pleasure being here.
Everyone that was listening, we're so sorry that we couldn't see you. But we appreciate the information, Marky, that we got today from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ruth. And it was my pleasure being here with you. I loved your energy.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
It was awesome speaking with you, my dear. All the best.
Thank you, and I'm looking forward to my students to apply to Shortwood Teachers College. Remember, you can visit our website. The application is online. If you're having any challenges, you can feel free to call myself or anyone in the registrar department.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Raquel. All right, we're gonna jump now to the final segment and the final presentation for the day. It's only 10 minutes, so don't go. We have the Carreras Limited that will be sharing this afternoon about their scholarships that they have for tertiary students. So representing the Carreras, we have Miss Sachelle Gooden. Sachelle, are you there? Okay, I think Sachelle is having a bit of a chat. Oh, okay, we are not seeing. Okay, I think it's waiting to load right now. Hi, Sachelle and team.
Hi, good afternoon.
Listen, I plan for Sashel, you know, but I get two brothers. I'm liking it right about now.
This is exactly the Carreras style.
Glow. Great. So Sashel, I'm gonna ask you to introduce the other members of your team, and then you can go ahead in your presentation.
So hi everyone, we're really excited to be here. I am Sashel. Actually, today's presentation will be led by our Lex Manager, our Legal and External Affairs Manager, Ms. Kamika Kukorn, and also join us as part of the Lex team, that's the short for Legal and External Affairs team. We have Mr. Bjorn Spence, and he's our Legal Coordinator. Can you see us clearly?
Over to you.
Okay.
All right. Great. So good afternoon again. We have a brief presentation which we will share. So give us a moment to do that.
Or what you could do in the meantime, if you're not able to display the presentation, just send it quickly to Matthew and he'll have it up in no time for you. So you could just go ahead and share until we get it up for you.
Okay, so 1 second.
All right. But in the meantime, guys, type in the chat and tell us, how are you enjoying the scholarship webinar? I'm sure you've been getting a wealth of information. What have you been learning? What new did you learn about today? Let us see it by you typing it in the chat. We want to hear from you. And of course, be sure that immediately following the presentation from Carreras, we will be having the evaluation that we definitely want you to complete so we can hear from you. All right, so be sure to complete the evaluation form.
So are you seeing our screen now?
No, but let me wait in about 2 seconds. Yes, it's up now.
Okay.
You are good to go.
Great. So by way of a background, we just like to advise you that Carreras Ltd was established in 1962, the year of independence. So we are truly a Jamaican company, and we take great pride in investing in our country through our scholarship program. So in 1967, we started our scholarship initiative, and we have been doing it ever since. So for the last 3 years, we would have disbursed over $30 million worth of scholarship to tertiary students across all 14 parishes in the island. We are quite happy that we can do this, and we intend to continue this initiative. All right, so our scholarship, we offer scholarships in multiple disciplines: art, business, agriculture, medicine, you name it, we cover it. So we would have, for this year, we would have officially launched our scholarship program on May 27th in the Gleaner Scholarship Supplement. We actually have all the details indicated on our website, which is www.carreraslimited.com. All right, officially, our scholarship closes on June 18th. But just for this forum alone, we are extending the deadline for an additional week. But you should also note that we're only going to consider applications, the first 20 applications that actually come in, because we would have completed our application process already. But just to facilitate this forum, we're reopening it. All right, so you should send the applications to Carreras_scholarships@bat.com. We will provide any additional information that you require in this regard. All right, so our scholarship categories. Normally, we offer a postgraduate scholarship every other year. This is not the year. It's normally valued at $1.8 million. We have a Sikh scholarship, which is valued at $1 million. It pretty much covers the liberal arts, humanities, science. So students in medicine, law, they can benefit from this scholarship. We have scholarships that are completely dedicated to community colleges such as Excelsior, Knox. We've heard a lot of the previous presenters make mention of this scholarship. So this is that category. So we also have scholarships that are totally dedicated to students of teachers' colleges such as St. Joseph's, Shortwood College, Sam Sharp, just to name a few. Oh, I should add that these scholarships are valued at $100,000. We've also taken the initiative to offer a bursary program where students from the universities indicated can get up to $50,000 for assistance. So the University of the West Indies, JTEC, NCU, these students can benefit from our bursary program because we understand that the need extends past just the tuition. All right, so criteria for application, you must be a Jamaican citizen. So in order to prove that you're a Jamaican, we require a copy of your ID, a birth certificate. You must be enrolled in any other tertiary institutions that we noted. You must produce, it's important, produce a completed application form with all the documents that are required. Because if you do not do that, then chances are your application will not be considered. We also need 2 references, academic and character. Importantly, the applicants are required to have at least a B average, a GPA, of 3.0 in the previous academic year. We require official transcript. This is a needs-based, these are needs-based scholarships. So you must demonstrate that you require assistance and you must be over 80. All right, so we'll get this question a lot from applicants. So who's the ideal applicant? As we indicated earlier, you must have merit and display need. You must indicate and prove that you are involved in your community, you are giving back. You must display leadership qualities. These are actually important because we want to also invest in persons who are going to pay it forward, so to speak. All right, so here we're just pretty much highlighting some of our scholarship recipients. They would have indicated how receiving the scholarship would have assisted them in pursuing their goals. Jada here indicated that, and I'll quote because I think it's so heartwarming. She said, Carreras heard my story and felt my passion. In no time, my fear of not being able to tackle this financial obstacle began dissolving as I was chosen as one of their scholarship recipients. I cannot imagine where I would be right now without their help. All right, so pretty much Jada is pursuing her studies in dental surgery, and we're quite happy to be investing in Jada and students like her. So this initiative, our scholarship initiative, is quite dear to us because we get an opportunity to pour into the most vulnerable, those students who would otherwise be left behind. And they're brilliant and they have the capacity to contribute to society later. We are grateful that we have an opportunity to actually help them actualize their potential. So pretty much that is it for us. As we indicated earlier, the details for the scholarship is on our website and we're extending it for an additional week. Are there any questions? Hello?
Can you hear me? Listen, I was here talking for a good 10 seconds. Technology. But my question to the team is this: what would make the ideal candidate really for your scholarships? Because we know that yes, there are criteria, but at the end of the day, when you review the documentation or when you do have your interview, what would make a candidate stand out to the team?
All right. So the ideal candidate, for one, we're looking at one of the hallmarks of our scholarship is we intend to assist persons who demonstrate a legitimate need. So you need to actually impress upon us that you have a financial challenge, and but for this scholarship, you probably will not have an opportunity to pursue your studies. Also, we're looking at persons who are going to pay it forward in the future. We want to see persons who are investing in their communities, who are actually giving back. We need to ensure, because as we said, the scholarship is contingent on recipients maintaining a 3.2 GPA. So we are going to look at academic performance. So this is important.
Okay, so it's both involvement and also merit as well, which is important.
Yes.
What I want to ask as well, where Carreras is concerned, is are there opportunities? I know a lot of young persons right now, even if it is that they don't, let's say, apply for a scholarship, they're really interested in possibly exploring the internship aspect of things. Are there any opportunities in that regard for persons who are interested in internship with Carreras?
Definitely. We do host interns, but what we need to do is just send an application and we will consider it. And after consideration, we will place an intern in the most suitable area of the business. Well, we'll place them in an area that they will assist us, but develop them in their core area.
They're likely to thrive, basically.
Yes.
Okay. There is a question from Artley Bartley. Wow. Okay. Are there any scholarships for incoming first-year students from Jamaica studying in the Caribbean, but not necessarily Jamaica?
All right, so let me try to answer that one. So our criteria is that the student is Jamaican. We do not restrict where you are studying. So we do not restrict. As a matter of fact, our very first scholarship, which was awarded in 1967, was to a Jamaican student, but they were studying in England. Overseas.
Okay.
There's no restriction on where you're studying. We just hope that you will come back, because that person is actually now thriving in academia, giving back to Jamaica. So we just want you to be Jamaican, but wherever you are pursuing your study, as long as you still adhere to eligibility criteria, that is what is asked of you.
Listen, I love the last clause that says, listen, even if you go to foreign, come back and invest it. So I like that. So is that in the form of, let's say, like a bond, or no? It's just that the consideration must be that
it's based on the trust factor. Because we would have actually opened with indicating that we are a Jamaican company. We grew up in Jamaica. We were established in 1962. And we have been here ever since. So this is really home. So we want to know that we're investing in persons who in turn want to invest in this country. Because that's the only way that we will grow and develop.
Awesome.
So we rely on that trust factor. Just know that you're going to come back and give back.
I love that. So you don't just grab and left.
No. Because then there'll be nobody else here to give.
That is so true.
Yes.
How can persons get in touch with Carreras? I know you are all over the place, but what's the best way to actually get in touch with you and your team?
Okay, so we would have shared our website, email address, or our phone numbers are listed publicly, and our receptionist quite receptive. So, I mean, anybody who needs to get a hold of us can get a hold of us.
Okay. Scholarship Jamaica just posed a question to the team. They're asking, can you please repeat the new scholarship deadline?
Okay, that will be
July
next week, July 8th.
July 8th. So I hope Scholarship Jamaica got that. It's July 8th for the new scholarship deadline. Team Carreras, thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure. You brought the brata out this afternoon. So we really want to tell you thanks for, just sharing and participating in the scholarship webinar this afternoon. And definitely Team JTEC will be here, Team MOEYI will be here to engage you in further discussions in terms of how persons can benefit from your offering. So thank you so much, and we look forward to sharing with you yet again.
And thank you and congratulations on the excellent initiative.
Yes,
Lord of mercy, thank you so much. Thank you, ladies and gents. Thank you. Awesome, awesome. So guys, we are at the end. Can you imagine we're done enough? We're done. Fini. No, let me do it in French. Fini. Yeah. We're done. And we have come. It's sad to see you go yet again, but all the things that we have to go, right? We have to do what we have to do. And so thank you so much for sticking and staying with us for the JTEC Scholarship Grant, right, webinar episode 8. And for those of you who might be wondering, yes, we're going to save the live. Yes, we are. So no worries, we got you covered. But be sure, of course, to follow the JTEC on the FIC platform, which is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at JTEC_MOE. And be sure to also follow the Youth Innovation Centers at Youth Jamaica on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Okay? So thank you so much for joining us for another scholarship webinar. Listen, the evaluation form na fill out it here. So the link is in the chat on YouTube. So feel free to click on it so we can improve the scholarship webinar. Or equally, what are some of the topics that you want for us to talk about in the next webinar? So catch you when we see you next time. Let me just give you a little sweeps. Next month, something coming up. Your ear. So keep your ears peeled and remember to stick and stay. All right. Thank you so much. Big up yourself and blessings.